right. Live on YouTube.
Okay. Let me open up another Facebook channel.
Oh, live on Facebook. Look at that.
Live on Facebook. All
What's up,
right.
everybody?
Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm probably gonna have to pause this this noise because it's probably gonna come up. Let me see.
Well, happy summer, everyone. Felt like summer showed up today finally.
The heat?
Yeah, it was kind of warm.
Oh, it's gonna get even warmer. It's gonna get even warmer. I think this is just the beginning part of it. What's up, everybody? Tania Estrada here live with Jimmy James Callaghan on our podcast. You're listening to Talking Crap with Tania Estrada and Jimmy James.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. How do I share this link? Let me think.
All right, for everybody watching on Facebook, share it up.
Yeah, share it out, you guys. Here we are.
We go to great lengths to put this together. I'm on the moon.
And I'm at home.
You're in a cozy house.
Yeah, I'm in my cozy house. Right here. Check out my beautiful flowers. Look at that. I got some flowers today.
Nice.
I got some flowers from Ishmael's Flowers. I love Ismael. Ishmael is how we say it in English, right? Pero en español is Ismael. Ismael's Flowers. Love him. I went over there for some flowers today. And he was like, llévatelas, which means take them. They're, I was like, and I love, there's nothing more than I love getting flowers from a man. And he's definitely one of those men that every time I've gone over there, it's to do shots of tequila, build flowers, and talk about God. That's
in that order.
In that order, that's what we do.
What's wild? What's wild is that both of us had previous lives as florists.
Really?
Yeah. I worked at a florist in high school. It was the best job, man.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Here we go. See, I knew I was gonna do that. You did flowers, huh?
I did flowers. I have to tell you, to this day, nothing bugs me more than watching somebody take a fresh new bouquet of flowers and just take the whole thing and dump it into a vase or dump it into a jar and not trim it or arrange it. I can't, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, you spent $15, $20 on all those flowers, and then you're just going to jam them into a vase. And so what I realized, so look at your bouquet. There's varying heights on those flowers, right? When you get them from the store and you don't cut them and you just throw them in a vase, they're all at the same height. And they're all fighting for your eyeballs. They're all fighting to look pretty. And it just looks like a shit show. So working in a florist got me to become very comfortable with trimming stems. And that's all you got to do with your flowers. Just cut the stems, cut them at different lengths, and then build it out. You spend the money on the flowers, make them look nice.
Yes. Well, I definitely got them as is. And I came in and I trimmed the stems, I trimmed the leaves out, and I wanted to make them, in that varying array of higher to lower, kind of to fill it out. I should turn it a little bit more this way, but I like the way that it's kind of tapering. I realize now that you're eyeing the flowers, maybe I should have. Now I'm going to be super anal about it. I'm like, oh shit, Jimmy James is going to be judging my flowers.
They look good. They look good. They look good.
Good. Want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching live right now. Myra Rodriguez, my assistant, is online to talk to you guys that are coming on all the platforms. I'm on YouTube. We're on my Facebook fan page and on my Facebook personal page. So we're streaming on all those places and on Zoom, but you guys don't have that link. And I would normally go live on Instagram. Should I do that and let people know that I'm here?
Up to you. It's your show. Nobody can
It's
tell you no.
our show.
Okay, all right.
It's our show. It is our show. So, there's no you're in team.
That's true.
And we're a team, right? I like to give credit where credit is due. All right. Well, I got live right here on my Instagram. All right, cool. So I'm just going to leave it right there. We have a lot to discuss today since we've been on a break for 2 weeks now, right? We've been on a two-week summer break.
Yeah.
Like 3 months wasn't enough of a break, right?
Right. Like we had other shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Hispanic KPIP Photography, Joe Black 0523. We've got people joining on Instagram. Mr. Tattoo 562 Wifey, which is Nini. What's up, Nini? L Vince 8, which is Vincent Landeros. If you guys need a good divorce lawyer, follow Elvin's 8. He will take care of all the dirty work for you. RK13265, Alfred 3DX, Tony Barfoloni. What's up, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. Mary Ulin 96, Ready Rock in there. NC. Wow, everybody's coming in. D Burdette, what's up? NCGSR X, William DVD 65. What's up, D? How are you doing? She was booking me at the Ice House. Love her.
Yeah,
she makes
D's
great
busy.
fudge. Great fudge. The Coke Man in the house. Jake Leo's in the house. Mix LA, Latino Heat 88. Mab Unlimited, how are you? NC Guest Car, all the way from Brazil. Nice. Hello. Okay, we got a bunch of people in there. All right, cool. All right, you guys, welcome to Talking Crap with Tania Estrada and Jimmy James. I know that you guys are on Instagram Live, but let me show you. We got Jimmy James right here.
Hey,
if you guys
hey, Instagram.
Hey, Instagram. So if you guys want to see the show, you guys can go to YouTube, Tania Estrada 334, or you can go on my Facebook too. And we're there on my Facebook. Anna, Boss Lady Anna, what's up? Hi. What's up, Boss Lady Anna? Evangelist Kotrosk. Yes. Puro Guanajuato. Hi. We got people in from Mexico. Shout out again to Ismael Flowers for my beautiful white lilies today. Thank you so much. And also check out my shirt, Lunel. I got this Hey Lunel shirt. Check this out, dude. All made in rhinestones. It's a beautiful shirt.
Oh, wow.
And it actually went through a wash cycle without me knowing it. I was so scared when I pulled it out. I was like, this is why I hire somebody to do my laundry. So I don't fuck up my laundry, but I'm trying to save up for a car. So that's why I'm doing my own laundry.
Nice.
I'm getting back into laundry. We've got a lot to talk about, but I want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors that we have. Shout out to Menos Tires on 29th and Central, 2929 or 2829 Central Avenue in South Central Los Angeles. If you need tires and you are broke down somewhere and it's before 10 o'clock, hit up at Menos Tires. Actually, if you tell AAA that you're going to Menos Tires, they know exactly where it is. So get down to Menos Tires, mention Tania Estrada, and you'll get a nice deal on your tires and super great service. So be sure to do that. Also want to give a shout out to Bobby Badass from One Love, One Tribe Apparel. I am wearing her nice little outfit. Check it out with matching pants right here. And this outfit is actually reversible. So
nice.
there's always a matching outfit underneath this outfit for when you want to go out at night and you're not going to sure if you're going to have a one night stand and you don't want to do the walk of shame. Get One Love, One Tribe Apparel. You'll walk out like you're wearing a whole different outfit.
Be one person walking in and a different person walking out.
Exactly. Yeah. The beautiful thing about these clothes is that they are made out of 80% recycled water bottles. So these totally help out the environment as well.
Nice.
All right. Shout out to Jaime and Roberta, Project Hope CA, add them Project Hope CA, and at actor Michael Flores for keeping hope alive by getting groceries out to the neighborhoods most in need. This weekend they were in Riverside, helping out with groceries. And what they do is they get a bunch of donations from different supermarkets or different people, and they give, and they do like 300 bags of groceries. So like they have families come in and get a bag of groceries, a bag of produce, and they go home with food. So this is great. Follow them at Project Hope CA. You can also go to their website at projecthopeca.org. Their Cash App is the money sign Project Hope CA. And if you want to donate money or food, please call them at 562-616-4364.
Wow. So 300 bags of groceries. I got to tell you that it's when you go out to grocery store, it's about $50 now for a bag of groceries, right? Roughly.
Yes.
That's 15 grand, man, worth of groceries. That's amazing.
That's a lot. Yeah. So they're doing a great job there with getting food to people. Also too, as you guys saw, I was on Telemundo yesterday for the fruteros for Aguilar's Fruits. It was a thing put on by my friend I Am Karina Luna. You guys know her, actress, influencer, just smart lady overall, to try to help street vendors that were being harassed by Karens. We went out there, we did a hike, we bought their fruits. So be sure to follow them at Aguilar's Fruits. Want to give a shout out to my eyeglass sponsor. You guys see me wearing those cool eyeglasses. That's at Rios RX, or you can look up his at Accessorize, ACCESSOR_EYEZS. My mask that I wore on there was by actor Carlos Ayala. You guys know him from Cholos Try. And he is now a proud Latino business owner himself at Project Gear LA. Be sure to follow him and get your Project Gear outfits. Get your shirts, get your masks, get your stuff. And I think, of course, we can't forget the Spice Lord.
No.
At Cal Blending is the man. Please follow them at Cal Blending, the original mixing spice house for KFC's 19 herbs and spices, Lori's Prime Rib, and all the Hiltons. Please follow them at Cal Blending. I want to give a shout out to Rosa Pinuelas from Pollo Inc., letting you guys know that Rosa Pinuelas will be coming back to Los Angeles from Mexico because she is opening 3 new El Pollo Loco locations.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's going to be very busy this summer. So that'll be really cool. Want to give a shout out to a new connection that was made by my PR lady. My PR lady, Miriam. She hooked me up with retrodolls.com. So I put out a survey to see who would want to see me in a pinup calendar for next year. So we're talking about pinup calendar. We're going to be taking pre-sale orders on that. So let me know if you want to see me in some skivvies, right? And some pinup gear.
What month is hot dog month?
Ooh, hot dog month is any month.
Every month?
Every month is hot dog month when you're dealing with me.
Every month is Winaso month.
Every Winaso. All right, cool. At Silva Skincare, very excited. Silva Skincare sent me this box of skincare, of really awesome skincare.
Oh man.
We got this is like about a $500 box of skincare in here.
You got to open that up.
You want me to open that up now? Okay.
I feel like we got to. Somebody sends in some free stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to go ahead, Jimmy James.
I was gonna say I love me some moisturizer. I have more skincare products in the shower.
Is this why
my wife does?
Dude, because I have to tell you, Jimmy James, not only do you have a beautiful smile, you have beautiful skin. Like
Thanks.
You have flawless, glowing skin.
Thanks.
G Principal in the house, you guys. Packtown Entertainment. Be sure to follow them. Packtown ENT. They just put out a new album. Packafella put out a new album. So check it out. You can get it on SoundCloud. Shout out to G Principal. You know who G Principal is?
No.
G Principal is the man who wrote the birthday song that 50 Cent sings.
Oh, yeah.
50 Cent stole that from G Principal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and oh wow, because he's not serving 25 to life for killing 50 Cent. So shout out to you, G Principal.
Yeah, right.
Steve Hill Comic in the house. What's up? Kirkwood 2818. Jordi Soberanos. Sorry, guys, doing my best to try to see, but I'm
we have an unboxing going on.
We have an unboxing going on.
Skincare products.
Skincare products from Silba Skincare. Be sure to follow her at Silba, Silba Skincare. This was arranged by my sponsor, One Love, One Tribe Apparel, Bobby Badass. She hooked me up with Silba Skincare, and she hooked me up actually originally with her samples that were just like, dude, my skin was just drenched in moisture. From just using her product one day, my pores closed up. My pores were just like non-evident. Wow. So I knew that it was really, here we go. Look at that. Ooh, all right. We got all the fancy
chunky box.
Yes, it is. All right, let's see what we got right here. I was originally going to do a professionally edited video, but it was going to take too long. And this box has just been sitting here like the SWAT team waiting to get here to like open up a box. And I was like, you know what? Let me just open it up. Let me just open it up live. So Silba Body Skin, look at that. She's got a nice little fancy pamphlet and everything.
Okay.
All right. Okay, dude.
The brochure is sexy.
Dude, this was not even, I tell you this right now, this was not done at FedEx Kinko's. This was professionally made right here. Oh, look at this. It even has a note with my name on it. Let me read it. Hello, Tania. Thank you for trying our products. I was thrilled to hear that you would give it a try. Please find a 4-step skincare routine, which includes our face wash, face polish, toner, and facial oil for combination oily acne-prone skin. So, okay. So this is what I got. Oh, I'm so excited. So that's
a great letter, right? Because you know what it could have said? It could have said, here's some lotion for your dry ass ankles. It didn't. Right? That was a really nice letter.
That was a really nice letter. I love nothing more that when I get stuff from sponsors with my name on it. Yeah. And they have a special personalized note. Yeah. So
anytime you get a package in the mail, right? Like the norm is to buy from Amazon and there's no personalization, but like when you buy from like a small mom and pop sort of setup or something that's a little bit more personalized and they like drop candy, you know, even if it's like a couple pieces of hard candy or they just put, hey, what's up? Or they slip some stickers in, whatever it is, it makes all the difference, man.
It does make all the difference. It does. So here we go. The first thing, the Aloe green tea face wash. Look at this. I love this face wash. I've been using this and it just smells so good. Oh, and it does. It has lavender and tea tree. I knew I smelled something on it.
Nice. Yeah.
It smells. Thank you so much, Silva. Thank you for this. I'm very excited about this.
Tea tree is like the magic weapon.
Yes, yes. Okay. So the next thing that I love using right here. Oh, I can't believe I got some of this. Look at that. The Mango Buttermilk face polish, which is actually an exfoliator. And it just leaves your skin feeling so soft after it takes off all the dead skin. So I totally love it. All right, let's see what else. Oh, I wanted this so bad. Witch Hazel Frankincense Toner. Nice. Yes. Yes, full size. Yep. Witch Hazel's dope. Yep. All right. And then, Vanilla Sea Buckthorn Facial Oil made with jojoba. Is it jojoba? Jojoba or jojoba?
Jojoba.
Yeah. Jojoba. It has vitamin E, vitamin C, and niacin, B3.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And these are all natural products. And dude, this facial wash, look at this, like facial washcloth that can go with
new washcloth.
New washcloth to take off all my makeup. So thank you, Silba Body and Skincare. So be sure to add them on Instagram, Silba Skincare, it should be, or Silba Body and Skincare.com. Be sure to hit them up and let them know that I sent you. So thank you, Silba. And thank you, Bobby Badass, for hooking all this up. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah. When I was in high school, I had really bad acne, really bad acne, right? And so there was a kid that I went to high school with. His name was Kevin, and Kevin always had like amazing skin, great. And so one day, like, you know, guys in high school don't talk about skin, right? You didn't. And so I sacked up one day and I was like, hey man, you've got great skin. What do? And this guy, still to this day, I don't know if he was punking me or not. Do you remember lava soap.
Yes, lava soap.
Okay. He told me I wash my face every morning with a bar of lava soap.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, that's the thing. Dude, I did it. I was so red. I was so scratched up because there's little chunks of like stone in that bar of soap, right? Like I don't even know if you can still buy it. Like I haven't seen it forever. But this guy, I shredded. I felt like I had taken my face and put it like next to a grinding wheel. Like I was such a mess. So from that day forward, I was like, okay, I have to really take care of my skin. So the tea tree oil, the exfoliation. My battle right now are these fucking bags under my eyes. Like, and it's just because I'm not getting enough sleep, but this has got to go, right? What's your secret for under the eye?
I'll tell you what it is, but Silva Skincare just came on Instagram Live and she said, you are so very welcome. Thank you, Silva, so much for my skincare. I'm so excited. I'm going to break these open tonight. I'm so glad that I was able to open the box. And I was going to do unboxing videos that are going to get professionally edited, but they just take so long. I think it's just better if I just do it on the podcast. And then that way it's like Christmas every time when we open up something that someone sends to us. So Silva, thank you so much for sending me this skincare. And yeah, I'm really excited to use it tonight. So also Precious Hall Comedy, she came on. What's up, Precious? What's up, girl? How you doing? Cindy Aguilar in there. Enrica Doctor 2010, G Curiel 310, Mellowman 2421. So yeah, they can't hear you. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the Instagram Live. You guys go over to my YouTube, youtube.com/Tania Estrada 334. And that's where you'll be able to see this live, or go over to my Facebook and we're going to continue on with the podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I will see you over on the YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Silva. Thank you. All right. So we are going to download the video. We're going to let that sit there. All right. So we're done with the formalities. I wanted to talk about the chicken though, about the Pollo Loco chicken.
Oh, yeah. Before you jump into that though, so what do I do with these bags under my eyes, man?
Okay. So if you hit up Stay Chula Apparel, her girlfriend sells these jade rollers for under the skin. I used it today on my face and it really uplifts and tones your face. Do you want to see what it looks like? You want me to go grab it out of the fridge?
Yeah.
All right, hold on really quick. Keep people entertained. Yeah, it's in the fridge.
So
keep people entertained.
You keep it cold. All right, you guys, now that Tanya's gone, let me tell you all the dirt. See this nice, clean room she's got? All of her garbage, all of her stuff is right outside of the oh, hey, what's up?
What's up?
You back?
Yeah.
I was dropping the dirt.
What? About what?
Just about life.
Life. Kirk Hertz. Dang, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Kurt Hertz is saying hello on YouTube, according to Myra. Myra is watching it. Kurt Hertz. And Lunel just texted me back. Lunel, be sure to follow her YouTube at Hey Lunel. And she just sent me where you can get her shirt, her rhinestoney shirt. And it's Qualities at QUALATEES. Order your Hey Lunel shirts from Qualities, QUALATEES. And be sure to follow Lunel on her Hey Lunel on her YouTube. She does a show every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. So here it is.
Ooh.
This is the thing that you need for your face.
So you keep it in the fridge.
You keep it in the fridge.
Okay.
And it comes in this beautiful black bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from her girlfriend. Her name's Rashida. I call her Rashida, like Rashida Jones. Her name's not really Rashida, but so you get it at Stay Chula Wellness, and it's a jade face roller. and it's really good for reviving tired skin. Cold therapy helps recharge and stimulate skin for a natural glow. Use large end in single upward strokes on cheeks, forehead, and chin. Use the small end in single upward strokes around the eyes and the nose. Your stones are charged with Reiki energy, enhancing the qualities of the stone. So this thing really works, dude. It's like an instant facelift in like, give it 5 minutes right here, and it really takes out the puffiness around your eyes. Another person that uses this regularly is Paula. Paula Baby uses a roller on her face. And I didn't know how good they really were, but dude, I got to get you one of these.
That's it. So you don't use like any special creams or?
No.
Just that. No. Wow. Okay.
Just this. But what I actually do to it is I actually spray it with Cal Blending's spray, Cal Blending sanitizer, the sanitizer spray. I spray it on there just because you just want to have a, like a sterile thing that's going on your face.
Sure.
So I like the smell of alcohol on my face. So it's very refreshing on top of the cold. Great stuff. I got to get you one of these.
Almost like an astringent.
Like an astringent. Yeah, an astringent would work really good. But it's,
awesome.
Stay Chula Wellness.
I never would have thought it would have been a wizard roller.
It's a wizard.
Yeah.
Double-ended. So how was the baby's birthday?
Oh man, it was a long day. It was
a long day. 3 days.
Yeah, man. She got, so she turned 4 today. And she had a big long list of people she wanted to see. So we hit everybody up and decided that they told us that they were people were comfortable coming over and saying hi. So we set everybody up in shifts. So it wasn't like having one big party or like a weekend party, but it was like entertaining people to the same degree of caring and professionalism throughout the day. Because when shift number 2 would show up, shift number 2, you have to host, you have to take care of people. So it was a lot of cooking this weekend. There was a lot of cake. I was totally off my diet, but some of the cakes that showed up were like ridiculously good. So we had a good time. And today we saw my mom and my sister and the cousins. So there was only one shift, but everybody stayed in the backyard and we barbecued and the kids went on the inflatable water slide. So she literally just went to sleep. She's going to be out.
Nice. Yeah, and you guys barbecued? And you guys barbecued on your Korean barbecue table?
We barbecued on the Korean barbecue table for about 4 hours.
Dang.
I got to tell you, it's insane when you can all sit around a grill. How much conversation there is and how slow you eat. And you take a meal that you would normally like wolf down in like 15, 20 minutes and stretch it out. And it's really enjoyable. It's really, really, really nice. So, to be able to spend that, that time with some friends this weekend and with family today was awesome. We're getting Jeremy Gonzalez over on Facebook says, give me carne asada. So
Jeremy Gonzalez. Yeah. Hi, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Say hi to your dad, Fred, for me, please. I grew up with Jeremy and his sister, Brandy. I've known them since 6th grade.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a long time, man.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So
we had a good time, and so yeah, a lot of prep, a lot of food. She got a skateboard, man. I'm a little nervous. Her grandma got her a skateboard.
Did she also get her the health insurance deductible that she's gonna need?
No, that's me. I gotta pay for that.
I don't know, Nana.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was, thanks for asking. It was good, and good. It feels good to keep a little person alive for 4 years.
Yeah.
It feels like an accomplishment. It's like, okay, I'm at a bare minimum doing my job. So
yeah, that's good. I'm to be a parent is the hardest job in the world. It just seems it. It just, for me, I can't stand the crying. The crying just does it I'm like, I'm out, you know, growing up when I asked for a sister and I got one, I thought I was going to get a sister that was my size so I can share clothes. Ooh. And so when she came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I wanted. What the fuck? And now she's going to cry all the time. Like, it was just like, not for it, bro, at all. Like, it's not what I signed up for. To be 7 years old and get something that starts at 0. It's like, no, I can't fit in that.
That's not what you ordered.
That's not what I ordered. But I did see this monkey that I'm like thinking I might want me a little pet monkey. Oh. You saw that? The little pet monkey that I posted?
I did. Yeah. When we were kids, my parents had a monkey.
They did?
Yeah, they had a little spider monkey.
So that's a spider monkey is what that is. The one that I posted?
I think that's the one you posted, yeah.
Oh my God. Adorable.
Yeah. They're rad. Like, they're really cool. They're really smart, you know?
Yeah. I'd want a spider monkey. Not like a monkey that would like rip my nose off, like that La Puente monkey. Remember that La Puente monkey? I don't want a chango. I want a spider monkey. You know, and the cool thing about spider monkeys is that they stay the size of a kitten, right? They don't grow any bigger, because that's always been another thing about me having pets is like, I don't want an animal that's going to get bigger than what I originally got it at. Like, I wish that somebody would have invented a shot to keep a kitten the size of a kitten, or to keep a puppy the size of a puppy. But instead they grow and they grow and they grow. A spider monkey I would be down with. But I don't think we're allowed to have them in California.
No, spider monkeys are super illegal. You have to get used. Yeah, you have to get used to diapers, right? You got to put them in diapers. They can be a little bit moody. They're just like people, right? They can be a little bit moody. They're super mischievous. They, you know, they're like little kids. You know, there's and so they're like discovering the world, and they're getting into things, and they're exploring, you know, like kids do. But I could totally see you with a monkey. Get that monkey, teach that monkey how to play the accordion. That's it. That's your act, dude.
That would be
that would be awesome.
I could start now.
Awesome. You could start now.
Now you got me dreaming. Where do I have to move to so I can have a spider monkey? Where are they legal at?
It feels like one of those like Tennessee or like Florida kind of things, right?
I'm thinking more like Thailand. Like Thailand, you know, they have coconuts, you know, that I can feed them and put the milk in a bottle that they can drink out of. I'd have to get like clothes. I'd have to have all dresses, like all matching dresses, matching bows. You know?
Totally. Well, Thailand's got those monkeys that like we have brave pigeons, right? Like, you'll be eating outside and the pigeon will just come up and be like, okay, this is my French fry now. They have monkeys like that, right? That will come up and jack you. So you could very well, you know, tame a monkey.
I'll have like a thief monkey.
A pickpocket monkey.
A pickpocket monkey. Pickpocket monkey. That's funny.
That's awesome.
So, you know, the story that I'm really stuck on, right?
Go ahead.
The Zankou chicken murders.
Yeah.
You know, you say it so sadly. Yeah. I was not sad about this story. Rosa is listening. Rosa Pinuelos at Pollo Inc., original franchise owner of El Pollo Loco, the one on Sunset and Crescent Heights primarily. She has owned over 7 locations. She had gotten down to 3 because they were just so many. She had sold off all the other ones, and now she has picked up an additional 3 and is coming back from Mexico to get those up and running. She has a lot of paperwork, a lot of operating agreements that she has to do. But she is also, and was married to a Syrian. She was married to a Syrian man by the name of Victor Grayer. If you saw the video that I posted of the liquor store, remember the liquor store almost looting thing where they came out with the guns to defend their property? That's her husband. That's Rosa's husband and Rosa's son. So Jacob, who owns PB&J _ Dalmatians, if you guys are looking for some breeded Dalmatians, be sure to hit up PB&J Dalmatians. Jose Raymond, you know the comedian?
Yes.
Jose Raymond just won the World Series of Comedy in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
He won first place. Last year he placed in second. This year he placed in first. And my Instagram story has kind of become a great community where people see things and they automatically go and buy them, which I love. And while I was hanging out with Rosa this past week when she came down, I think that was on Thursday, right? When I was with Rosa, she was down here. Yeah, it was Thursday.
So. Yeah.
I had posted the Dalmatians and Jose hit up Jacob and went and bought a Dalmatian. He went and bought a Dalmatian for his son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he got a Dalmatian. But anyways, back to how Jacob is half Syrian and half Mexican. The Syrian community is very, very tight. And shout out to the Kobe factory. We went and had lunch there at the Kobe factory. We had grape leaves. We had kubis, which are like Syrian empanadas,
Nice.
hummus, all kinds of stuff. And I didn't know how deep the Syrian community runs, but Zankou chicken is also Syrian owned, or was, I guess Syrian and Armenian and Beirut are all kind of the same community. And I didn't know the story of the Zankou chicken murders. So as you saw, do you want to tell a little bit about the story from your perspective? Because you knew the story first. You remember the story from when it happened. But I don't, I just read it randomly, like Thursday night, right? Like I randomly ran across this article. Tell them your recounting of these murders.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, but yeah, I remember when it happened. So we used to go to Zankou all the time out in the valley. And we'd hit the location over in Glendale, which is like one of the OG spots. And it was back in like the early mid 2000, probably like the mid 2000s.
It was like 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, 2000.
The owner, I think that from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But the owner was, I think he was getting sick. And okay, yeah. And there was and that may have had something to do with it. He may not have been like, totally in his right mind, but there was a bit of a struggle, and there was a question over the ownership of the restaurant. And so he ended up killing I think it was his sister. I think it was his sister, and I think it was his mom. And then he killed himself.
Correct.
Yeah, and which is outrageous, because you can't get a bad meal at Zankou Chicken.
Nope.
It's like the food's great. Anytime you see one, it's always a treat to go to Zankou Chicken. They put that garlic sauce on the map. There's a lot of places that now like fake the funk on the garlic sauce, but that place was like the OG. I'm gonna smash a bunch of pureed garlic and get stinky sort of place. So that was it in a nutshell. And then I think there was a little bit of a legal battle, and I think now there's two different Zankou factions, if I remember correctly, and part of the family runs some of the restaurants, and then the part of the rest of the family runs another set of restaurants.
Yes. So I read this article that was, dude, how long was this article? Because I sent it to you. It was long.
I didn't have time to read it.
Oh,
it was long.
I made time.
It was long, man.
I made time. This article was probably took me about 35 to 40 minutes to read. It was that in depth. And the article was written in 2008. It was the LA News Story, I think it was called. If you guys look up Zankou Chicken Murders, it'll be the first article that comes up. So the guy who, and I think his name was Medeiros, right? Medeiros was his name. He is the son to the mom. And the mom is who invented this garlic paste in Beirut. And in Beirut, they had this little hole in the wall where they would like salt the chickens and roast the chickens. And it was like the original drive-through, like where people would come up and pay their money for chickens and garlic paste, and they would take off. It was just right there. And they ended up leaving when all that fighting was going on, and they came to the United States, and they didn't want to do food anymore. And they tried many years to try different businesses. And finally, the son, Medeiros, was like, you know what, we should go back into the chicken business. We should go back into selling our chickens. So he finally convinced the mom and the dad to start up Zankou Chicken. And the first location that they started was on Sunset in Normandy. That was the first one, right? So they were doing so good, dude. They were making like $2 million a year, right? Right off the bat in the 80s. And after that, he opened location 2, 3, 4. As the years went on, it just kept getting popular. Well, back in like 2000, maybe like late 90s, 2000, he got hit with cancer, right? And when he got hit with cancer, him and his mom got into it because the dad, Medeiros, had a conversation and was like, I want my sons to take over the chicken business. And the mom was like, basically like, your sons don't even, even have your shadow of how good you are. Like, one son was a drug addict. One son was an evangelist. One son had gotten in trouble for shooting at a prostitute and his pimp and her pimp, right? And it was just like everybody was just all over the place. So the mom stopped talking to Medeiros, even though they lived in the house. And she ended up moving out to the sister's house around the corner. So they were in a mansion in Verdugo Hills, and then there was the sister's mansion around the corner. And he got up one day and told the wife, hey, I'm going to go meet so-and-so at, this Zankou location. But no, he got a gun and he went over and he shot the mom and the sister. Just like, and then walked 12 steps to the couch and shot himself. And it's like, you start to think about, why did he do that? Why did he do that? And the way that I would explain that is that he was like, you know what? My mom and sister are conspiring to take the whole chicken business away from my kids. I'm not going to let that happen. And so I think that's why he did it. But it's a very interesting story. And
it's wild.
I'm fascinated by it.
It's like every couple of years there's a little bit of like a rumor in the industry that's going to get turned into some sort of like production, either like a mini series or like a little movie. There's been like scripts floating around. I remember seeing one like a long time ago. But you can't make that up. It's wild.
Yes. Can you hear the adult spider monkeys outside? Like people, it's like no. it's like quiet all day long, and then like people let out their little demon spawns to play in the driveway. Like between the fireworks of people celebrating unemployment, to the adult spider monkeys. Let me shut the door. It just drives me crazy.
Spider monkeys outside. Yeah, you know what though? You are right. There are some people out there that are spending their $600 a week on fucking fireworks.
This week has been quiet because
wow.
Because it wasn't stimulus money deposit time, and everybody's money got deposited last night. So like now, like all of a sudden there's fireworks again. And it's like, oh, some of you guys must have gotten the notification that money's been deposited into your account. So there you go, spending it on fireworks.
Just get ready for it this weekend because everything's going back into lockdown. Like, I don't know if you saw, but there's there's a ban on professional fireworks shows. Yeah, they're like no fireworks shows, which means everybody's just gonna set them off in the fucking streets. It's gonna be bonkers this weekend, man. Bonkers.
You know what would be a good idea is to take off like to Joshua Tree and like get an Airbnb in Joshua Tree and get, you know what? Remember that place where we recorded the album at? The first place that we went and stayed at? Dude, shoot me that Airbnb. I wonder if it's open. It's probably all booked up.
It's all look, like we were gonna get out of town this weekend. It's all booked up. It's all booked up. The next availability for anything decent at a decent price is the beginning of August, and that's gonna book up real soon.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, you can get, like, if you want to spend $600-700 a night, you can go get something like crazy nice, but everything that's like a good deal is
why am I going to go spend $600-700 a night on an Airbnb if I'm not even going to get some dick? That is a waste of money right there. I can't even think of a worse way to spend money. Yeah. I'm going to go spend $600-700 to go stay somewhere that's not my house and not get dick, man. Yeah. It's a bunch of dick. No.
So the majority of the places that are open on Airbnb are like 5 bedrooms and more. And that's probably because people are not traveling or staying in houses with that many people right now. Because to go and stay at like a $700 place, it's like you and several other homies all chipping in, you know, and everybody getting a room, and like nobody's doing that right now. But if you wanted to go sleep in 6 different beds, it's open.
You know what, speaking of the homies, you know, the Aguilar's fruit thing that we did over at the Hollywood Hills, the hike up there, and if you guys hear this, please go to 3000 Canyon Lake Drive, Hollywood, California 90068. It's in the Hollywood Hills. It's the Lake Canyon Hollywood Park. Right across, up diagonal, is a fruit stand, Aguilar's Fruit. Go over there, get your fruit, tell them we sent you. Over in that area, Karina Luna arranged a hike for all of us raza to go out there and support this fruit vendor. And when I got there, there was a lot of people that showed up for the hike. And just she posted it like maybe 2 days before the hike. And I was all gung-ho to go, and there was all these people there. And there was some personal reasons why I did not want to go on that hike. And I decided to just go the other way and hike by myself. I went to the other side of the Hollywood sign and hiked by myself. I didn't want to be around that many people. You know, so I can't even imagine finding, you know, 3 or 4 homies that I'd want to be around right now to go. You know, Paula is it. You know, Paula is my, you know, that's my girl. But, you know, me and Paula aren't hanging out with anybody else. So it would just kind of be, I don't know, dude. Like, it would be, can't even think of who to go with. Maybe a spider monkey. If I had a spider monkey that had like $200 to put in on a room, that would probably work.
That'd be awesome. But jump on and you can look at the beginning of August. So I think we're going to get out of town for a couple days at the beginning of August, and like go try to find a place with a pool.
Oh,
that's the one thing these last couple months is like, I really wish like we had access to a pool. It would have completely changed the game in regards to feeling, you know, pent up.
Yeah, a pool. That's true. Who has a pool right now that you can jump in? I'm trying to think. Oh, can't even think right. Dude, the gym is open, but I would not jump in that pool if you paid me. No. Corona soup. I don't want to get no Corona soup.
There's a pool. There's a pool rental app called Swimly.
What?
And so like if you have a pool, you can put it up on Swimly and rent it out by the hour. And we thought about that, but then we were like, are people cleaning their pools, you know? And you can like rate the pools and all this stuff. So we might do that. Maybe try to find something nearby. But I think the best bet is like to rent something. You know, rent a house, run the filter crazy for a day, and then jump in on the second day.
Oh yeah, but even then you'd have to add all those chemicals and all that good stuff. Yeah, I can't even think of anyone that has a pool right now that I would even want to jump in, you know, the closest thing to a pool is the float lab, you know, because they have that self-cleaning mechanism.
Yeah.
And but that's not really even a pool, you know, it's kind of, you're just in there by yourself.
There is, you know what I think you would like? There is one house in Joshua Tree or they have an indoor pool and it's right next to a bar. So I know you aren't drinking right now, but it's like it's everything you want in like an adult party house, a fucking indoor pool with like a bar right there. I'll send you the link. I saved it and I keep pulling it up, and it's not that expensive.
Really? How much is it?
I think it's like $150 a night. And
really?
It's a couple bedrooms. Yeah, it's a really cool property. You're just like, oh, and it's out in the mid. It's one of those ones that are like it's up in the hills.
You know, if I found, like, if there's anyone on here that would be down, that's been quarantined, that's been away from people, and you'd want to go with me and Paula up to Joshua Tree and get this house, I'll bartend for you. I will make drinks for you. Even though I'm not drinking, I will bartend for you. So I think that'd be a trade-off.
Yeah, right? That's great.
Yeah, that'd be a trade-off. You'd get my micheladas in the morning, right? I'd make you my chilaquiles. And not really mine. I learned my chilaquiles recipe from Gloria Magana. She makes the best chilaquiles. But I've been talking to Irene from Cholos Try, and she gave me some tips on chilaquiles, where you take the El Pato sauce, but you add all these other ingredients to it, and you blend it in the blender. And I use that as my chilaquile sauce. But I'm gonna experiment with that. I'm gonna add my spice to it, my secret spice to it.
Nice.
Which you guys, I know a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on, how can you buy my spice? How can you buy my spice? We're going to have that up ready to go by the next podcast. We're going to talk about it, and we'll tell you where you guys can buy it. And then you guys could start ordering it up.
Woohoo.
Ooh, but I made some guacamole for the first time in years this weekend to make myself a 7-layer dip while I was finishing up some schoolwork, because I'm in school now. I'm in school. So I made this guacamole while I was talking to the Spice Lord, and I decided to add my spice to my regular guacamole recipe. And dude, would you believe that it really bumped it up a few notches?
Nice.
The guacamole tasted bomb, better than just regular guacamole.
Nice.
So I'm going to be working on a recipe pamphlet book to go with my spices.
Nice. A little cookbook.
So you know what to do with my spice.
Why is it taking you years to make guacamole?
There's a lot of recipes that I won't do that I did with my ex, because they're too close to home. I don't really cook for a man. And it's been hard for me to break out of that habit. Like, there's been things where I'm like, I'll never cook again. I'll never cook again for a man, kind of thing. So to cook for a man, it's a very special thing. But I decided that I should start cooking for myself now. Now I can, I don't have to wait for a man. I can go ahead and just cook for me. And if it's things that they liked or whatever the case, I can still cook it for myself. So I'm trying to break out of that mental part of, like, of what it reminded me of. Like, now it's been like 2 months since I smoked weed. Like, I haven't drank.
Wow.
I haven't drank in 5 months, and I haven't smoked weed in 2 months. And the smoking weed has really alleviated the whole X thing for me. I don't have that same connection that I had, because I didn't realize that the habit of smoking weed was really connected with the thoughts of him and our routine that we always had, that we were always smoking weed. So I'm developing, I guess, a new brain pattern where my mind isn't so stuck on that anymore. And it's really cool, because with the help of Bliss Energy Healing, Rose Morrow, and Arlene at We Are Sacred Light, they've really helped me alleviate those cords, those energy connections that I had with my ex. So it's cool. I don't even really think about him anymore like I used to. I used to really think about him all the time. And
wow.
Now that you pose the question, like, today's the first time that I've had to think about him, because you asked, but that was the reason. And for me, it's progress. They say that to get over a relationship, that it takes you 3 to 6 months for every year that you were with the person. Right?
Oh, wow.
It's a long time.
Jesus, that's a long time.
That's a long time. So if you figure we broke up in 2015, but the problem there was that he showed up every year like bad taxes.
Oh, yeah.
And so every year he would recreate that energy chain of time. It would be like resetting the clock all over.
Yeah.
So now, especially because I know how disgusting he is, and I know all his dirty secrets, like I know everything that he was doing behind my back, because I've talked to all these women that were, being with him while he was supposed to be with me. Like, I think he's fucking gross. And that's really helped just get that whole thing off of me. Like, ew, like I would never take you back. You're fucking gross. And I feel really bad for his chick, because she's a really nice person. I think she's genuinely like a really beautiful person from the inside. And I can just imagine the shit he's putting her through. Like, just because he's just he'll never love anyone the way he loved me. That I know for sure.
It was the guacamole.
Dude, it was more than the guacamole. It was way more than the guacamole.
You ain't got no guacamole.
You ain't got no guacamole. And we were together for so many years. It's more than the guacamole. And it didn't even have to be the showing up every year like bad taxes, just the phone call alone, or the reappearing in my life kind of thing.
Sure.
And it was just horrible, but I feel really bad for her. He's a person that'll never love himself. So, and at his age, that's like bleh.
Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah. So, right, this is where you say, I wish him the best.
Yeah, I mean,
it's I wish him the best.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Finding that guacamole.
Yeah.
You know what we like to put in our guacamole?
What?
Zankou chicken garlic sauce. No, like
really?
No shit. So that stuff it's really, really good as a condiment, but when you start using it as an ingredient in things, game over. It's amazing. Like if you want something to be garlicky, you can either like load it up with cloves of garlic, or and then all of a sudden you risk like it getting maybe like a little too, you put too much garlic in something, it can get a little tinny, it can get a little funky. This garlic sauce, because it's already blended, it like you can just go ahead and mix it into anything. It's an amazing in all sorts of stuff, especially fucking guacamole is so good.
That's so interesting. I started putting it on my bagel sandwiches. I just got into bagel sandwiches for some reason. But that was my own reasons. And cinnamon raisin bagel, actually.
You put garlic sauce on a cinnamon raisin bagel?
On a toasted cinnamon raisin bagel.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yep. And then on the other side, I was taking avocado slices and seasoning them with I made a mixture of Lori's seasoning salt, black pepper, and cayenne pepper in a little mix. And it's something that Rosa taught me because she gets Lori's seasoned pepper. And I'm like, well, what is Lori's seasoned pepper? And it's like, it's Lori's seasoning pepper, but I added, the hot part to it. So I put that on the avocado slices, and then I use that as a spread on top of the garlic paste. Oh, wow. Right? Because dude, in my kitchen right now, in my fridge, I have the garlic paste from Zankou chicken that I bought single a la carte. Yep. Hummus, tabbouleh, basmati rice, and pita bread. Nice. And that's my go-to kind of thing. But that garlic paste I use as a spread. And dude, you're right. It's amazing. But I've never put it in guacamole.
Yeah.
That's something.
We put in guacamole. We put it in pasta sauce. It goes in. It goes in everything. It tastes so good.
Pasta. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Like get the jar of pasta sauce on sale at the market. And like whenever you have a jar of pasta sauce, you have to do something to it.
Yes, I do
And
too.
just out of habit. You know, it could be
Uh-huh.
perfectly fine pasta sauce, but you gotta you need to cook it a little bit. You got to do something. A little scoop of that, man, and it sets it off. So good.
I got this. I got a seasoning. It's a seasoning spice rack as a gift. This Christmas. And it's one of the most beautiful gifts I've ever received because the person really put detail into what I like. And one thing I've always wanted was a spice rack of spices. And in that spice rack is a container of Italian seasoning. So it's all the herbs in there. So when I get a jar of pasta sauce, I pour that in there and mix that up. And then I go into my garden and I get fresh basil and I chop that up and I throw that in there. Nice. And you know what the secret is to pasta sauce to get that packaged flavor out? You add sugar to it.
Oh, no way.
You add sugar to it, but I don't add sugar. I use agave. I use agave syrup in it. So I put agave syrup and I mix it up and it kills that tinny flavor. And you have like deliciously perfect pasta sauce.
I can't handle that tinny flavor, man. Like
it kills it, huh?
For anything. Whenever I have to deal with a tin can, I have to use a plastic fork or a plastic spoon. If I take silverware and like touch it to the tin and then put it in my mouth, it's just like I might as well be chewing on a ball of fucking tin foil. Like it grosses. I can't get that taste out of my mouth. I'm like, ugh. So anything to get rid of that. Just it tastes like electricity to me. I'm just like, ugh.
It does, and you can't help it because that's the way that they package it. You know, that's the way that they package it, and it's been sitting in there. So yeah, that's the secret. Add your own herbs to spaghetti sauce, and then add some sugar to it. But if a lot of people, you shouldn't. I'm not an advocate of sugar. If you've got it, you know what I mean, granulated sugar, throw it in there. It's gonna work. Brown sugar, but I really like the agave syrup. I got like 2 big bottles from Costco for like $8.
Nice.
And it's like, because they're usually what, like $8-9 a piece.
Yeah, the agave syrup isn't cheap, and it ends up being lower on the glycemic index, so it doesn't carry as much sugar as honey or processed white sugar, but you still get that same sugar effect when you're cooking.
Ooh, you just reminded me. So Paula, shout out to Paula Baby One. That's my homegirl. So Paula made me fried chicken from scratch last week.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, that's love, because fried chicken from scratch, that's a no bullshit. You know what that is? That's a lot of cleanup. That's a lot of fucking cleanup to make that. That's why I don't make it, because you not only have to clean whatever you cook it in, you have to clean your fucking stove. You have to clean your counter. Everything gets dirty, gets grease splatter with that chicken. You've got multiple containers where you're like egg, flour, back and forth. So bless her heart.
Bless you. Bless you,
her
Paula.
fucking heart, man.
Bless you. When I went over there and I took her one of my mixing bowls, one of my ceramic big mixing bowls. So because she made her own buttermilk to soak the chicken in.
Oh shit.
She made everything. When I mean she made everything from scratch, short of not making the seasonings from scratch, she made the buttermilk that she soaked the chicken in from scratch.
Short of not growing the chicken, farming the chicken in her fucking backyard.
Yeah, short of not killing the chicken, right, and draining its blood.
Oh shit!
And serving it to me that way.
Wow.
She made her own buttermilk, and I gave her my mixing bowl, and she put the chicken in there to soak overnight. But I also brought her a big aluminum tin, like serving tray. And I was basically like, this bowl is for you to soak, and this will be for you to either lay the chicken out once you're done cooking it, or for you to put all your seasonings in so you can coat the chicken. So it would be like a little bit of a less mess for her to be having a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
So I think that really helped her out. But so she's so cute because she made me, it was fried chicken. We love thighs. Thighs are our thing. We love thighs. You know, at this point in my life, coming from I used to work out and eat chicken breast and brown rice and fucking broccoli, right? I'm so tired of chicken breast unless it's from El Pollo Loco. Because El Pollo Loco has very juicy, all the flavors are in the chicken because of the way that they marinate it, right? But other chicken breast is just like so, bleh, right? So we love thighs. She made mashed potatoes from scratch. Dude, the mashed potatoes tasted like the KFC mashed potatoes, dude. Like, you know, that flavor, like exact. Yeah. And I don't know how she did that because I've never had mashed potatoes that tasted that good unless they were from KFC.
Yeah.
She also made me waffles from scratch, bro.
Dude.
Waffles from scratch. They weren't the freezer waffles.
It wasn't an Eggo?
It wasn't an Eggo, bro. It was waffles from scratch that she made off her waffle maker. And she made butter from scratch on the side.
She made butter from scratch?
She not only made butter from scratch, she gave me a little to-go container with fresh butter.
Stop.
I put it on everything.
Stop.
I put it on everything, dude. She is on the market in case anybody wants to put a ring on it, like, you know, but you got to work hard for her though, because I treat her good. You know, I treat her like she knows that if you can't treat her as good as I treat her, she's not even going to fuck with you. And I don't even fuck her, bro. Like, I don't even fuck her. Like, we're just besties like that. Like, I treat all my girl best friends, and all my girl best friends know this. I treat them like royal queens. Like, so they know that when they get a man, if a man can't treat them as good as I treat them, she's not even gonna fuck with you, bro.
You're setting the standard. That's a super homey thing to do. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Because it helps set up the perspective and will keep people that you care about from getting into shitty situations.
Oh, dude, the majority of my friends that I'm with do not get in shitty situations. Like, I'm such a good girlfriend, best friend. I even bring flowers to my fucking girlfriends, you know? Yeah. I bring them flowers. Like, and they know this, like, you know, I'll randomly show up with flowers. So we set the bar high, but so she even made me a to-go container of chicken, mashed potatoes, waffles, butter. Dude, I ate for 2 days here. Fried chicken and waffles for 2 days. But she said, you know, with the butter, she goes, you can do whatever you want. You can add whatever spices you want and have a different, have a different flavor. So I was like, oh, I know what I want to do. So I got the butter out and I let it sit and I threw in, check this out, a little bit of agave syrup, a little bit of cinnamon, and I mixed it up. And then once I took the chicken and the waffles out of the oven from reheating, I put the butter on the waffle. Oh my God. It was over. It was over.
She gave you permission to hack her butter. Talk about like no ego in the situation. There's clowns like me that are going, should I start making sourdough bread right now? And she's fucking making her own buttermilk.
She's making her own buttermilk. Like, dude, short of having the cow in her backyard and her churning butter like a Amish chick, like she can cook. Dude. She can
and
cook.
That chicken looked good.
Oh, dude, the chicken was so good. And not only that, she had a thermometer to make sure that I didn't get food poisoning. Stop. Yeah, she had a thermometer and was checking the chicken while it was frying with her thermometer to get it like exact. She can cook, man. She can cook. And her mom, dude, and her mom yesterday, dude, she makes these quesadillas, these Salvadorian quesadillas. Like it's like a Mexican, or I mean a Salvadorian bread, like a cheesecake, but it's made out of all different types of cheeses. You guys know what Salvi quesadillas are. You guys have had them. But she makes these and she makes me like a whole tin of them. Oh my God, dude. It's so hard for me not to eat the whole thing in one sitting. But last night, while I was preparing to turn in like my first real assignment, like my assignment was due at midnight, right? And I needed a break. Like I really needed a break. I've been hacking away at this assignment for a few days. And her mom made these panes. They're called panes, but it's like panes de gallina, but it's like a chicken sandwich of like with this like salvi mole in it with like olives. Dude, it was so good. That was my break dinner last night. It was so freaking good. The mom cooks bomb too. I see where she gets it. The mom too. The mom is so funny. The mom actually has like a bomb ass body like Paula does, but it's so funny because like the mom is like older, but like I've never really seen the mom's body. And I was like, bro, your fucking mom's packing. Like your mom's got ass, your mom's got titties, your mom's got blonde hair. Like she has like everything, she has all her teeth. Like she's super gorgeous. The mom's hot. The mom's super hot and she can cook.
And she makes you quesadillas.
And
cheesecake quesadillas.
She makes me Salvadorian cheesecake quesadillas. Dude, because me and Paula used to always go eat everywhere. Remember? We'd be eating at all kinds of places. And
everywhere.
And now with the pandemic, we can't go eat anywhere. So Paula made her whole front porch into a bistro. Like she has plants, she has music, she has lighting. Dude, she even has a table. Like a table that you bust out and you like swing it open and it has like a tablecloth and everything. And we sit, dude, she has a candelabra.
That's awesome.
Candles. Beautiful, beautiful spot. Dang, that was all like 10 minutes on Paula, huh?
Yeah. What's so when let's say it's your birthday, right? Mm-hmm. Paula calls you up and goes, I'm going to make you anything you want for your birthday. What do you ask for? What does she cook? What's her home run?
Dude, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and fucking waffles. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna want. Huh? That was it. That was it. Her mom, when I got back from Mexico, remember that one time when they were getting held up, or when they caught that one person on my line?
Yep.
For the listeners that don't know, I was on my way back from Mexico. I was in line for 5 hours. I was 5 cars away. And dude, all of a sudden everybody gets out of the car and starts running. I knew it was real when I saw a lady in front of me running with a baby wrapped in a blanket past my car. I'm like, oh, fuck. They have busted somebody that they were looking for 5 cars ahead of me with guns. Okay, they had guns, but they also had their grandma in the car. They had a baby. They had a kid. Like it was just all bad, right? But I was set to go to lunch that day. At Paula's house. The mom was making carne asada. Oh my God, dude. That was like the best fucking carne asada ever. It was carne asada, rice, beans, corn, avocado, tomato slices, onion. Like it was the works. It was so good. Oh, wow. And Paula made this like strawberry hibiscus drink with like fresh strawberries cut into it. Like that was the punch for the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, you don't cook like us. You know what I mean? Like, how Ezone be saying you don't smoke like us? Dude, Ezone, you don't cook like us. Like,
yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, we're serious about our cooking. For sure. We're serious about our cooking.
I barbecued for 4 hours today and I'm starting to get hungry again thinking about this fried chicken.
Do you have anything left over from the barbecue?
There's a little bit left. Well, everything goes back into the freezer. Like I finally got my system down, right? Like there's a couple of Ziploc bags of frozen sliced meat that are in the freezer. Mm-hmm. And so I'll always prep a little bit more the night before, kind of mix it all back together. And then it goes into an ice chest the day of. And I just pull everything out of an ice chest so it stays super, super cold. And then whatever doesn't get eaten gets Ziploc back up and goes back into the freezer. So there's like a little bit of ribeye left, a little bit of short rib left. And I hit the Korean market and got the marinade.
Oh.
Yeah, the Galleria market, it's a fantastic marinade because they make it there and there's like 6 ingredients in it. There's no corn syrup. There's no stabilizers. It's just like Asian pear,
Ooh.
Korean pear, sugar, a couple other things, but
Garlic.
it's so clean. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's so clean. So yeah, there isn't any. The great thing about like doing Korean barbecue in your backyard is that you only cook what you want to eat. So it's not like there's like all this crazy amount of like leftovers. It's just if you don't cook it, you just save it to next time. But I think we're gonna go after this long weekend. We're gonna go probably into like 2 weeks of just hanging out and not seeing anybody. It just kind of feels like socially the right thing to do. So we got to set it up for you guys to come over.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
and post up for a couple hours.
That's funny. I want to talk to you about that. So, I want to have Paula come over, right? My +1.
Yep.
But I want to do a dinner meeting with you and La Yenny, my manager. Shout out to JKC Management. And retrodolls.com, the guy who's going to be doing the calendar, and my PR lady.
Yeah,
and we can all
cool.
sit down and, and kind of brainstorm to see where this is all going to go. But I would really love to have them over and for you to show off your Korean barbecue table. That would be really dope.
It's the place to do it.
Yep, in the backyard. And I want to pitch in on that meat, so it's not as an all fall on you, because I know it's expensive. So I'll pay for their servings. Yes,
they're all you can eat setup.
All you can eat setup. Yeah. So you're set. So where are you taking off to this weekend?
This weekend? Nowhere. We're staying.
You're gonna do it at the house?
Yeah.
All
we're
right.
staying here.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're not gonna go anywhere this weekend. Disney Plus is going to drop Hamilton this weekend, so we're probably gonna sit around and fucking watch Hamilton like everybody else.
Is this the Hamilton that was at the Pantages?
No, this is the Hamilton that was the original Broadway cast.
Huh.
So same play, but it's the OG cast with Lin-Manuel in it.
Interesting. I've never seen the original or the one at the Pantages. So, was that you or was that me?
No, that was you. That was your hood, not my hood.
Or it's Monday, people celebrating unemployment again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sorry, people. Sorry for the bombing in Baghdad over here.
Hamilton was supposed to be at the Pantages right now. Like when I drive around, I'm kind of vaguely remembering seeing the banners hanging from the light posts for Hamilton. That dude, it's a good play. Like I know it got a lot of hype, and like for a while it was overhyped. There's so many fucking words in that play. So many words. It's just like blah, 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 blah.
But how are they talking, and like what kind of dialect?
It's all I don't know, modern English. I don't want to call it street English. I mean, there's a little bit of slang, but have you listened to the soundtrack?
No, I don't know nothing of it other than, it was playing at the Pantages.
The soundtrack is like, it took me a while to get into it, but Jenny just played it over and over and over. She went to New York for work back when the original cast was there, and she got in line and she got a single ticket. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to totally go see it. So she saw it, was totally blown away. And so when they came out here for their first run, because we've been to the Pantages so much, and like, we'll organize like group events and go to the Pantages. We've done that in the past. Pantages called up and they said, hey, do you want to get in on group tickets, like a group buy for Hamilton? And we're like, yeah. So we ended up buying like 10 tickets for like, I don't know, 5 different shows. And
what?
Of course, like, yeah. So we invited and this was a couple of years ago, right? We invited a ton of people. Everybody paid for their own ticket. So we ended up like seeing it, a handful of times. And the first time that I saw it, the music is so much more enjoyable when you watch it with the stage performance. But the thing that got me where I was like, oh, this is legit, in cinematography, you remember The Matrix?
Of course.
Right when Agent Smith is like shooting the bullets and Keanu like
Just
does a
doing
thing where
the
he goes
thing.
back, right? And he goes into slow motion and you see like the trails on the bullets. That's now a standard cinematography effect called bullet time. So if you want to write that into like your script or whatever, or as a thing, you say, oh, we're going to use bullet time. These fucking actors on the stage in Hamilton did real life bullet time. And I was like, whoa, that's what got me. Like,
what do you mean real life bullet time? How do they pull that off live?
everybody slowed down to the same speed. And like, not necessarily a spoiler alert, but as you would imagine, during the big gunfight.
What big? Okay, I'm gonna have to.
You gotta see. It's kind of, it's toward the end, but when there was a leaked recording of the original Broadway cast that was online that like Lin-Manuel Welf like fought to get taken down. I watched it, and it'll probably be similar to the one that Disney drops this weekend, but I'm sure it's going to look good on TV, but in person, you're just like, whoa, it's just good. So that's what we're doing this weekend.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
And that album's really, really chunky to get into because there's so many words and it's all based around history. And they're saying people, like historical people's names that you wouldn't necessarily know unless you were a historian buff. But there's a couple songs that are really good, like gateway songs, where you can get into, like 3 or 4 songs and immediately you're like, oh, I like these songs. And then you can kind of get into the rest of the album.
Really? I just, when I'm thinking Hamilton, I'm thinking something along the lines of like Shakespeare or something. I guess maybe it's not of that era. So I guess,
this is all hip hop.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, then I'm completely lost.
It's all hip hop.
Oh.
That's why there's so many words. It's all rapping. It's not all rapping, but it's a good 80% of it is hip hop.
That's really okay. All right, then I'm completely off on what I thought it was. I was like, oh fuck, here we go, Macbeth. Like
No, it's good. Like do you have a Disney Plus account? Or do you have a password?
I do not. I don't really think of anything that people all got excited when Disney Plus came out because they have kids, and they have Disney on there. But I don't think there's anything that I really want to watch on Disney Plus to be excited about having Disney Plus. Yeah. Everything I get from my Netflix and my Hulu. And my Hulu, I love my Hulu. Like it has everything that like What We Do in the Shadows is now on Hulu. Yep. And then I have Amazon Prime. But no, I hate to say, but I am not on the Disney Plus bandwagon.
You're not but you're not the demographic. And
I'm not.
Don't. Yeah.
What,
and they don't.
What is that supposed to mean, Jimmy James? What? I'm not privileged enough? I'm not privileged enough to enjoy Disney? Is that what you're saying? Like, I can't, I shouldn't even be at Disneyland? Like, because I can't afford the ticket? Like, is that, how racist are you?
Yes, that's exactly
what
it
is. Well, look how much I bitched about going to Disneyland last time. Remember when Rosa, shout out to Rosa Pinolas again for taking me for my birthday and her son too, because it was both our birthdays. But she bought 15 tickets in advance for us to go to Disneyland in August. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was bitching about the parking lot. I was like, this is some bullshit. It was like the parking lot alone to park was a ride in itself. It was a ride that just wouldn't end. That alone was 20, 30 minutes wait time to get in there. So, it was a great experience. However, looking forward to going to Disneyland again? No, not really. Not my thing.
Yeah, it's not the best. Really quick, for something happened with your mic, the volume went down a little bit.
It did?
Maybe it got bumped. Yeah.
Did I bump it? Let's see. How about now? Is that better?
A little bit better, yeah.
I wonder what happened here. Should I turn up the volume? Is that better?
A little bit better. Yeah.
I wonder how about now? Did I get down here?
That's good. Yeah. Okay, wow, no, but I don't know about that.
I don't know.
When I say you're not the demographic, you don't. It's just two things. You don't have kids, and you're not a emotionally damaged Disney adult.
What is that supposed to mean, Jimmy James?
You're not an emotionally damaged Disney adult. You know who I'm talking about, like the adults that are just completely obsessed with Disney, like.
Ooh, tell me about that demographic. Because I'm not. One thing, you know what? I just got told something. I got a compliment the other day. It was like, you don't have personality disorder. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, I think I know what it means. Like, I'm pretty good at processing stuff now. As to 5 years ago, I was a fucking mess. But now, I think I'm all right. But what is an emotionally damaged Disney person is? What is that?
Okay, so when you went to Disneyland, there are there's a wide range of people that go. Parents with kids, totally expect to see them. Teenagers that are there running around, having a good time, awesome. Larger families, awesome. And then like you get the adults who dress in head to toe Disney attire. The Mickey ears, the Disney sweatshirt, and they it feels, I'm sure everybody's got their own story, but to generalize, it almost feels like going to Disneyland is reigniting something from their childhood that may be a little bit unfinished.
Like they're trying to like please their inner child, maybe like their inner child that got raped at some point. No, no, we don't want to say that. We don't want to say that. Sorry. Some people are probably like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
talk about my rape.
I'm sure. And like, and then you've got like all the goths that are like really into like Jack Skellington and like a little bit of like the darker stuff.
Okay. That I will stop you right there, because I will tell you that I fucking loved me some Haunted Mansion. That was the shit. The Haunted. Now, the only reason I would go back to Disneyland is to go through the Haunted Mansion again. That was just one of the most magical things I have ever seen in my life. I'd been there when I was younger with my class, but I never seen it like this. Like they've really bumped it a notch with all the robots and all the illusions. That was awesome. Did
you go during Halloween when they had Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I went in the summertime where they had the street parade. Oh, and the street parade was awesome. That was, dude, you know what's the best part about the street parade? Punking people to not get in front of you while you're waiting for the street parade to happen. Now, that is a chola fight that I am ready for. And not only that, but when you're there with 14 other people that have been there, it's like, nah, bro, you got to move. Like, you got to know, we've been here. Like, you want to fight? I will fight you in front of this. Like, and so that was fun.
The concert bitch inside of you comes out.
The concert bitch.
This is my real estate. Do not stand in front of me.
I mean, like, you better fucking move it with your fucking camera phone, unless you want it, bust it out to smithereens. You better fucking move it. We've been here for a minute, and that was cool. But those are the two things. And you know what? I really loved standing in front of that castle to take a picture, like that big castle. That was really awesome. But other than that, I could have done away with everything else, especially the people. I have to say that the people with the mouse ears and the whole thing are fucking annoying. They have passes. They have annual passes. They're there all the fucking time. They feel like they're entitled to being there. Like, oh, it's like, man, shut the fuck up. And remember what I went through at the beginning when I first got there? Do you remember what happened with my shirt? When I was wearing my Hello Tetota shirt?
Oh, yeah. They made you turn it inside out.
This motherfucking snitch. Right. This fucking Latino snitch. Whoever the fuck you are, you fucking wannabe fucking white person, okay? I fucking walked up, okay, and the guy was taking my ticket. White dude was taking my ticket. And the guy who was Mexican behind him said, "Oh, you can't walk in with that." I was like, "Walk in with what?" And he told the white guy what my shirt said in English. He was like, "Her shirt is basically Hello Titty, but it's saying Hello Breast." And he said that I would have to get out of line, I would have to go change, and then I would have to get back in line to go through. I was like, "Oh, well, what's the other remedy?" He said, "You can turn your shirt inside out." I was like, "You know what? You want to fucking see offensive? I fucking took my shirt off in front of all those kids, in front of all the parents. And I put my shirt inside out. And I was like, there you go. Now can I go? Fucker. Fucking bitch. So that was my first experience of Disneyland. That was,
did you do you know about the Disney pins? Like the lanyards with the pins?
What do you know?
Okay, this is like the cream of the crop, like damaged Disney adult. Okay, let's just say that, right? So a handful of years ago, Disney came out with these pins, and they did like all the different characters, and they did limited runs, and they did you name it, and like they were making like Disney pins of it, right? And so they turned it into like collecting stamps, where you can go and collect certain mini collections of these, pins, and you get, your lanyard and you put them on. But then they gave cast members at the park cast member only pins. And the rule is that you could go up to a cast member and say, "Hey, oh my gosh, you've got that one that I can't buy. I'm going to trade you for it." And they have to say yes. Right. So it turned into like this game, right, of almost like a treasure hunt to find these pins, right? So there's like the next time we go to Disney, I'm like, there's a bunch of adults that collect these pins, and they're really serious. It's like Pokemon for fucking Disney, man. And so they're really into it. And so when you see somebody coming by with the pins, it's like, that's the person like, okay, I'm going to get out of the way, because they know all the ins and outs of Disneyland. They belong here. I don't. It's their world, not mine. I'm going to get out of the way. But that's like, the adult pin collector is like the highest level of damaged Disney adult that you can attain.
I have to give respect where respect is due. For you to put that much effort into collecting pins that no one gives a shit about, like that's pretty admirable, because they mean something to that person. Yeah. In all respect to Disney, I don't have anything against Disney, but the people that work at Disneyland, man, fuck you guys. You guys are fucking just, oh my God, they're irritating. Like we had so many problems that day with just the staff. It was the staff that was ruining everything for everybody. And they act so privileged. They act worse than a DMV clerk. How about that? Oof. They act worse than a DMV clerk. And that's what ruined Disneyland for us. I love Cinderella. I love Snow White. I think my biggest thing about Disney is wanting to be a princess, right? We all want to be a princess, that magical thing of wanting to be a princess, but it's always all white characters. And they haven't really like put in any Latina characters. What's Mulan? Mulan, we don't even know what Mulan is, but it's just, and I'm not over here like, oh, my race is better than your race, dude. I'm like every race. But it's just, I feel like, Disneyland has a lot to learn about being a little bit more even with everybody. It's just a lot of privilege at Disneyland, not to mention the price. The price is out of control, dude. The price is ridiculous. It's like $200 a ticket. It's like 200. Oh, do you remember when I got drawn into a Disney princess?
No.
Oh, dude, check this out. So there's this guy that works at Disney, and he draws the princesses for the cartoons. Look, dude, he made me into a Disney princess. Isn't
That's
that cool?
great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, and it totally looks like me. Like it, and it just it has everything that it's like Maleficent and like Snow White in one, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's so
totally.
cute. So this is like
No, that's great.
the one good memory I have of Disney is
Yeah.
this right here. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even done at Disney. It was done offsite. It's somebody that I met that just happens to work for Disney, and they draw princesses
And
like
I did it.
for the
Yeah.
cartoons. And he's like, you know what?
Dis-
I'm gonna draw you. I'm gonna draw
Disney,
you.
so Disney tried really hard to, well, they tried really hard to address and to clean up the fact that all the princesses were white.
Uh-huh.
So what they did was they went into the cartoon catalog,
Mm-hmm.
and they started pulling out any decent female lead and saying, oh, this is also a princess, this is a princess, this is a princess, right? So Mulan's Japanese, right?
Uh-huh.
Moana
Mm-hmm.
is Pacific Islander.
Uh-huh.
um have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
Okay, so Wreck-It Ralph, Sarah Silverman does the voice of the lead female character, Penelope Schweitz,
Mm-hmm.
who's a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a princess, and she drives a race car in a video game,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't like a traditional princess role whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Princess and the Frog, I don't remember the name of that gal, but she's African American princess.
Mm-hmm.
So they started pulling out like all these different, like, oh, this is princess now, this is princess now, this is princess now, because it was like Cinderella, Ariel, Snow White, like all of
Mm-hmm.
these white, let's call them white incapable victims,
Mm-hmm.
right? All had the title of princess, and they all needed to be saved by a man.
Mm-hmm.
So like have you seen Moana?
Mm-mm. No.
Moana's for being a Disney movie, Moana's dope. It's so
Mm-hmm.
much more like, feels like it should have been like a DreamWorks movie
Mm-hmm.
because of, or yeah, DreamWorks movie because of how independent the lead female character is. By far, that's my favorite Disney cartoon is Moana. So good.
My favorite is Maleficent. I just, that resonates with me. Maleficent
Yeah.
is it. So I don't know if she's considered a princess, but it was Disney, right? Maleficent is Disney.
Yeah, she's Disney. I think was she Sleeping Beauty? She was a bad guy.
She was a bad guy.
Yeah. She was a bad guy.
Yeah. Oh well. What does this look like to you?
yeah, that's somewhere along the lines of, well, it's got the bow, right? Which is kind of intense. When you went, did you go into Star Wars Land?
I did go into Star Wars.
What did you think of Star Wars Land?
That was a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Victor Rios, the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the union guys, if not the union lead guy, that built that whole thing.
Oh, no shit.
His crew. He was the guy. Comedian Vic, if you guys know Comedian Vic, great guy. But, every time we do comedy for years, he's like, I got to go, you guys. I got to be up at 4 a.m. Like, what the fuck you got to be at 4 a.m? Work. What do you do? I'm working at Disneyland, building Star Wars. What? Mm-hmm. And he did this for years. So the most beautiful thing about seeing that place is that I knew who had the hand in building it.
That's awesome.
And I was very proud of all the work that they put into it, to make it look like just, a valley of rocks. It's like a valley of rocks. The coolest thing about Disneyland was the starship, the ship that they had.
Oh,
the ship,
Millennium Falcon. Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon. Mm-hmm. And the bar that they had.
Oh, we didn't go into that. Was that cool?
That was cool. That was
cantina?
Cool. Yeah, we got a table for the cantina. Mm-hmm. It's a time table, timed, like you could only be in there for so long.
Oh wow.
We got to order drinks, so we all picked weird drinks off the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to get your drinks, and pretty much get out. and they had the next round of people.
Wow.
And if you didn't have an appointment, you had to be in line. You had to stand in this line to get in. So we did the line, and it was worth it. To go in the bar at Disneyland, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That's awesome. My favorite thing about Disneyland is their architecture.
Their architecture?
Their architecture is just fucking, it's on point. It's the way that they do a railing, like something as basic as like a fence. It grabs your eye, and there are no straight fences in Disneyland. Everything grabs your eye and turns it around a corner, so that you're just like, oh man, subconsciously you're like, oh, what's around that? If and when you go again, just take a step back and just look at the fences. The fences are gorgeous. The buildings are awesome. The architecture blows me away. So with Star Wars Land, I was like you said, it was like this exquisite, beautiful pile of rocks. And the way that it was put together and laid out visually was just so majestic and so appealing. Like when you walk around that corner and then there's the spaceship, you're like, oh, it just wasn't put there by accident. It was walked, there's a path that you take so that you are blown away when you finally like discover it.
Yeah, that was awesome. But and again, Disneyland is a very beautiful place. I guess in the grand scheme of things, you can see why they're charging $200 a ticket. But the people need to be more cool. The staff, you know what I mean? A lot of them are a bunch of, like they feel just privileged dicks. I work at Disneyland, just ruins the experience for everyone else. So that was our biggest gripe, and that's why it ruined it for me. Like I could care less to go back to Disneyland.
Yeah. You know what, the way to do this is my recommendation. The way to do Disneyland is save up for a couple years, put $500 in your pocket, go in with a group of people. Everybody chips in $500, which is a little bit more than double the price of a normal ticket, right? And you can rent a Disney tour guide for 10 hours, and they will walk you onto every ride so you don't have to stand in line.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, it's the
now
VIP.
We're talking.
It's the VIP. It's the VIP setup. And so I think they take like a max, it's like 8 people or 10 people. And so for the 10 hours, it ends up being like $5,000, right? Something like that. So it ends up being about $500, but you get to cut all the lines. They can get you reservations at any restaurant that you want. They can get you into Club 33, which is like, the fancy old timer club in over by Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you want to go and really experience Disneyland and not spend your day standing in a fucking line dealing with the general population, that's the way to do it.
That would change everything.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than I hate than general admission. I just like, what a horrible, but that to get a tour guide?
Yeah.
Dude.
And for so at the end of the day, for $500, you get to go on everything. You get to have, basically have the run of the place. And what they do is they take cast members that are really, really well versed in Disney history, and they promote them into these positions. They're normally, they're reserved for people with, that can walk in and drop money. So you end up having like celebrities and stuff like that get the tour guides. But to really go and like have a great time, I can't recommend it enough. We've done it a couple times, and it's always a blast. Like it never disappoints. Disney's so good at people control and so good at line management that's what they do in that park is they overfill it, and then they just manage the lines, right? They get you in a line, and you spend like your majority of your day waiting to do something.
Now, okay, now we're talking. So you've done that where you plunk down $5,000 and you guys go and do that. Is that how you did it this last time that you went?
No, we had somebody that we knew at the park. a good friend of ours, and so he got us in on free passes.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately the expectations are low, like, oh, we're here for free, so I don't feel like I have to get $600 worth because there was 3 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we picked off rides that were kid friendly, that
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a lot of lines, that had no lines. We did end up going on the Star Wars ride, the Millennium Falcon ride, and the baby loved it. Like, she got to drive the spaceship, and for her it was like one big video game, and she was just like, oh my god, this is the best. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do the VIP with a toddler because they can't get on all the rides.
Mm-hmm.
But like, no shit, you can do every ride in Disneyland and every ride in California Adventure and still have hours left over from the VIP to go back and hit your favorite things again when they just walk you right on. They just take you right into the exit.
Rosa's daughter-in-law was pregnant at the time. So she got, the hotel over there at California Adventure. And so, they were able to take breaks and go up to the hotel and everything and chill out. But I would want to go back for the Haunted Mansion and for Club 33 experience. That would be my thing. Like,
Club 33 is fun. Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
We're talking about this. Remember,
I know, for a long fucking time.
But remember when I told you I had that dream? Remember I told you I had that dream this weekend about that it looked like I was in a hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Know what it was. And then there was the ghosts,
Yep.
They look like the Haunted Mansion ghosts.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Remember,
interesting.
So weird that we're talking about this.
Have you ever been to the Magic Castle?
That was what it was like.
Yeah.
Remember I was saying I don't know what building it was in my dream, but it was a cross between the Magic Castle and Disneyland in the middle of Hollywood. That's so weird.
Interesting.
That's so interesting. If you guys don't know, lately I've been telling Jimmy James since I stopped smoking weed, I keep having these dreams, these really vivid dreams that feels like I'm right there, but usually after I have these dreams, it's like something happens in my, very near future, like the day or the day after, that recalls some of my dreams. And I don't know what that means, but it's just a weird kind of thing. But I was just telling Jimmy James about this dream. Isn't that trippy?
That is. Yeah. Yeah. And now thinking back to your explanation, it does feel a little Magic Castle. So Club 33 has that like Magic Castle vibe, where it's like kind of the carpeting is worn thin. There's like a lot of dark wood.
That is so weird. Because that's what I told you. I didn't know what it was inside this hotel room that I was in, but it did have that dark wood, the wood in it. But I wonder what's going to happen next.
There's a lot of old white men with prostitutes
watching this right now.
no at Club 33, just like the Magic Castle.
Really? Old men with prostitutes at Club 33? Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
And I remember going to the Magic Castle. I haven't been now for a couple of years, but I remember going and just being like, there's a bunch of old white men here with young, hot smoking women, and the men were wearing wedding rings and the women were not. And I was like, all right, these guys
tell.
That's where they go to like impress.
That's so funny. This guy that I used to date had, he's older guy, and he had gotten a membership to Club 33. And he was like flashing that he had this membership to Club 33. And I've dated older men, in my past. And that's the part that I fucking hated, going out with old looking guys and me dressing up the way that I look, because we'd walk into a restaurant and they would look at me like a fucking whore. She's a whore, and it's like, no, this is my boyfriend. And it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's just, now I get it. All right, so that is a thing. That's funny.
I think it's even more of a thing when old white men have wedding rings on, and
Yes.
the young women do not. Then it's like, oh, okay, this is a special date. Somebody's got an undercover date right now.
Wow. So that's why they always seat you like behind everybody. Dude, I'll tell you what, for all the old men that I've dated in my life, not my proudest moment,
No.
No. And they were married. They were usually married. They were usually married. So it just, yeah, not my thing.
A lot of, did they take you out to a lot of prime rib dinners?
Oh, that was always what they wanted to eat.
Was
prime
it?
rib.
Yeah, right. Old white men are like, oh, we're gonna go fancy tonight. We're gonna go get some prime rib.
I'm like, that's not fucking fancy to me. I get fucking prime rib in Vegas. You know what I mean? After a comedy show, it's at the buffet. How fucking really that's what you want to go out for? God. Prime rib?
Yes, yes. Yeah. I remember being in my early 20s and going to Vegas just to go on prime rib runs. It was like, where can we go find the cheap? Let's go find. And it was always like, it's like State Line would have like a fucking $5 prime rib. Yeah. And I remember like we'd always stop and be like, oh, we're going to stop on the way in and stop on the way out. And it would just turn into this big eating weekend.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's so funny. Prime rib, kind of giving up on that. Like I've given up on married men, not doing married men no more. Just not my thing, There's one thing about married men that I've realized. They will never leave their wives, no matter all the fucking shit that they talk and this and that and blah, blah, blah. They're never going to leave their wives, and I've gotten up to a point in my life where I really love myself. And I realized that it's time for me to find a man of my own. Like it's time for me to have my own man, somebody that I can grow with, someone that's going to be my companion, someone that's going to be there for me when I need to go do laundry, not fucking me hauling laundry by myself. I'm done with the whole married man thing. For a long time, I always talk shit, but nah, I'm good. It's just, I don't know, just a thing. And I think too, like where I'm at in my life, like I'm trying to elevate my frequency, trying to elevate my moral compass. Married man is just not on that compass anymore. It's a trippy thing. It's just happened in the recent.
You know what? I would imagine, like I've never dated a married man, right? But I would, here's what I would think, correct me if I'm wrong, but here's what I would think would be the attraction of dating a married man for me, right? I don't know how to date. Right. Like I've been locked down for a while now. I don't know how to date. And so if I were into married men, I think there's almost like I would think that there's not really because so much of the relationship is already defined. You don't have to do a whole lot of exploration at the beginning, and you could jump right into a relationship where where you're at, what's going on. There's, I think might be some level of security in that. And you don't have to fucking like, I don't know if it's swipe left or swipe right, but you don't have to go through those bullshit first dates where you're like, I guess we're going to go get coffee for, like trying to figure stuff out. It's like, it's almost like you get to jumpstart into a relationship that already has some level of definition, even if it's not the most desirable definition. At least some of it, where you're at in on the map.
Yeah, that would be it. That would be the prime reason.
Is
prime.
It?
There's prime again.
Shit.
Prime rib.
The prime rib reason.
Prime rib reason. Yeah, because in my experience, nothing sucks worse than going out and wasting your time on fucking like, you know, small talk to get to know somebody. It fucking sucks. You know,
Mm-hmm.
well, when I was 7, you know, it's just like, fuck me, man. Just fuck me. You know what I mean? And that's what a married man is good for. When you originally go in, you know, you go in with a level of security of, you know what you're going to expect, you know what you're going to get, you know what they want. So it's like a good exchange, right? But then when feelings get involved, I think is the hard part. And when your feelings get involved, but not just that, you know, you don't get to spend holidays with them, and you know, you find yourself attached to them, and you know you're not going to see them, or you know that they're taking their family out, you know what I mean, to go hang out, like, and it's not you, like, and it's just like fuck. Or like when you're with them and fucking their wife calls, you know, so you got to be quiet, or fucking they got to fucking run out and go take the call somewhere else. You fucking feel like a piece of shit. Like you feel like, what the fuck am I worth that I'm fucking you know what I mean? Letting this dude see me naked, you know what I mean? Pretty much. And fucking, he's got to go fucking, it's just, nah, bro, nah. I'm cool on that. It just doesn't feel good. So yeah, I'm back to the drawing board, bro. Like I'm back to the drawing board of like, you know, well, who knows when I'm going to find somebody that I like, or when I'm going to find someone that I'm going to, you know, let my guard down and get to know. I'm not even at that point. I'm nowhere near that point. Like, and so, you know, luckily for me, I have a lot of things going on that keep my life interesting. You know, my life is not boring. And that's the part where I need to concentrate my time and my efforts is on me. And eventually the universe will bring me something that is just for me, you know, not somebody, you know, that says, you know, oh, you know, I'm going to leave my wife, or, you know, when my wife dies, you know, then fuck that. You know, the fuck is that? You know what I mean? I don't fucking when my wife dies. Like, I really want my own episode of Snapped. Fuck
that's not a plan.
That's not a plan.
No,
you know,
not a plan.
That's not a plan. You know, that's not. It just doesn't. You know, and it doesn't. You know, it makes sense to some. It doesn't make sense to some. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean. I love myself more than to put myself through that anymore.
Yeah.
So you know, lo que sera, sera. Right? We'll see.
I would love to set you up with somebody, because like, okay, so let's say you jump on like one of these dating apps, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I have no fucking idea how they work, but that sounds like shit. Like, it does not sound fun. But if somebody were to say like, hey, you know, I've got a friend, I think you guys would just have a good time. You know, like, here's a number. There's a, you know, you should get set up on a blind date. Like, look, you do you, but like the adventure of a blind date where somebody that you know that cares about you would care enough to say like, oh, here's a situation. This might be fun. You know, like that kind of sounds more, I don't want to say promising, because who knows, but it sounds a little bit more fun than a fucking dating app. I don't know. You do you. I'm just talking out my ass now.
That's really, you know what? That's so cool. I've never had anyone say, let me set you up on a blind date. That's something that a real friend does. You know what I mean? That's someone that yeah, I've never had a friend be like, you know what, let me set you up with this guy. You know, I'm not ready for that right now. Especially with Mercury being into retrograde. Right now, the planets are all fucked up. Like, you know, Saturn is in Uranus. Like, you know, it's all bad. And, you know, there's like 7 like planets going into retrograde. It's crazy. But like, you know, maybe in September, maybe I'm going to give myself maybe, you know, till September, October, January, you know. Sure. I'm gonna give myself some time, you know, to kind of just get over this, and you know, or we'll see what happens in the next few months. You know, who knows? Maybe their wife dies. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Fuck, I could already see the fucking trial of Scott Peterson, like right before me. But no, dude, I need to give myself some time. You know, it hasn't been that long, and I just need to like focus on me, and right now it's not a good time to date. at all. You know, my heart's still, you know, is still with that person. And you know, I just kind of, but I appreciate the thought though, like big time. And you know what, for the future, if their wife doesn't die, you know, I'll hit you up for that blind date.
Because you're awfully good with people. You're really good in high pressure nervous situations. Right? Like that's where you can like really take stock of what's going on. Like, yeah, man. I'd love, when you're ready, I would love to set you up on a blind date.
Really?
And I would look and I would do my best. Like I would legitimately do my best. Not so much like to spark a love connection, but just a good time for that night. You know?
For that purpose. Like,
yeah. And if it didn't work out, then the excuse is like, oh, I tried my best. I'm sorry.
Are you going to do like, cause you know how Jenny's Asian and she's like very attention to detail. Are you guys going to send out like a survey monkey, like the next day for you guys that we both fill out a survey monkey, you know, like on a scale of 1 to 5, you know, with 5 being best, what did you rate this date? Do you feel that our skills in finding the right person, what did you like best about this date? Please fill in. Was it the food? Was it the company? Like, am I going to get all? See, now I got your wheels turning. I'm going to get a survey monkey.
So the short answer is yes. But the long answer is yes for a $5 Starbucks gift card.
Oh, no problem, dude. I will set you up on a Starbucks annual pass when the time is right. That is fucking funny.
Funny.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
What a fun, like that could be a fun thing. Anyways, I think yeah. When you're ready.
When I'm ready, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give myself some time to you know, like get over this. So and for the other person as well, you know, their heart is still very invested, and you know, it's a very sensitive situation. So, you know, out of respect, like I'm cool on it, but for the future, you should start lining them up.
Hey, I have a couple people in mind. Couple people in mind, a couple doctors. There's a lawyer, a dentist.
What? Oh, you're going. You're going.
No, everybody's unemployed right now. Nobody.
Right. I was gonna say, you know, I could always use a good lawyer.
I do know one guy that is getting $1,200 a week. So maybe
$1,200 a week
from the government. Yes.
How's he getting $1,200 a week? Did he kill his wife?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, he's getting her check.
He might be getting her check.
Yeah. You know, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of hope in the love connection. That's nice. But for right now, I'm okay. But you're awesome, Jimmy James. That's really cool.
Thanks.
That's really sweet. That put a smile on my face. Actually.
Thanks. Do you know that Jenny and I met on a blind date?
Really?
Yeah. We met we got set up.
No shit. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How did that work? How did that who was it and what did they say? Like, hey, you guys, how did that work? This is interesting.
There's two different sides to the story. There's my side, which I think is the correct story, and then there's Jenny's story. I was in a band at the time, and our manager said, hey, there's this gal that went and saw you play, and you know, she'd like your number. And I was like, okay, cool, here's my number. But like, I was swimming deep in women at the time.
You, Jimmy James?
Deep, yes. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, here's a number, cool, whatever. And so
rock star status.
And so we talked on the phone, and I think we talked on the phone maybe like once. And I was like, hey, you want to go out? She's like, yeah, let's go out. So I said, all right, let's go to City Walk. So like, which perfect just is date. Right for like a perfect blind date. Like you see so many young kids. You go to City Walk, right?
Yeah.
I'd never go to City Walk on a date now, but this was like, you know, what you did in your, you know, many moons ago. And so went to City Walk, saw a movie, and then we went to, as soon as the movie was over, I was like, hey, like, let's keep this rolling. And she's like, okay, cool. She's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, let's go see some comedy, right? So we went over to Sunset and we went to Dublin's, which isn't there anymore, but we saw Dane Cook back in like, this was like MySpace days, right? Like beginning of MySpace. Dane Cook was just blowing up. And so this was like OG, first like big set, Dane Cook, laughing our asses off. David Allen Greer stops in, had a good time. So we did that to like midnight. And then I was like, hey, let's keep this rolling. Let's go get some pizza. She's like, all right. So I had this one spot over on Fairfax across from Cantor's. It was called Mr. Pizza.
Oh, I know Mr. Pizza. We had a guy in the band that worked at Mr. Pizza.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I had a guy. So there was a guy in my band. The drummer used to deliver for Mr. Pizza, and that's how I found out about it.
Everybody's fucking band members worked at Mr. Pizza.
Yeah, and so Mr. Pizza was, I think it was the best pizza in LA. It's no longer there. The owners that opened Animal bought up that building and raised the rent on them, so they had to go. But it was this little pizza place. They did Italian food, and the lighting was really dark. They had really deep, saggy, fucked up booths. That was great. And they were open till like 4 a.m. And so I took her out to get pizza, and that was always my secret weapon. I was like, oh, if I like this gal, I'm gonna go, you know, I'll take her out and get pizza, and then get pizza, right? Get a slice. And so took her out to get pizza. Yeah. Took her out to get pizza. Had the best time. Ate pizza, and then it was fucking late. I was like, all right, see you later. Good night, right? We talked again for about a week, and then our second date, and I'll make this one quick. She goes, hey, my cousin's getting married in Newport Beach. Do you want to come? And I was like, oh man, that's kind of heavy. Then she goes, well, my cousin's renting a boat that's gonna dock at the little pier there. And then the boat's just gonna kind of circle the marina, and we're gonna party on the boat. And why don't you just come out and party on the boat? It'll be a good fun party time. And I was like, all right, I guess. Yeah, okay, cool. That sounds like fun. And so I drove all the way down to Newport, and I don't know if it's still there, but they had an arcade, right? And there was like almost like a little mini Santa Monica pier sort of setup. No rides, but an arcade and like, you know, some food. And I could see the fucking boat out in the water, but the boat's not docking. The boat's just like out there circling. And I'm waiting here like a schmo. And they had they had the old school Terminator 2 shooting game. I played I was like, whatever, I'm out here. So I'm playing video games. I'm shooting Terminators. The boat finally docks, and she gets off the boat. She goes, oh my God. She goes, we could totally see you waiting, but the boat never came to pick you up. She goes, I'm so sorry. And like all of her cousins and all of her family pour off the boat. And she's like, look, she goes, we're going to go hit a bar. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, I'm here. Whatever. Let's go. So we go to a bar. Little did I know that she had just met a lot of these extended cousins for the first time on this boat. So her and these cousins didn't have a relationship before tonight. For her, they were strangers, right? So we go to this bar, and she proceeds to drink her face off.
And Jenny doesn't drink.
Not now. Yeah. No, not now, but she
Back
did.
then?
She
Really?
did. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's why she doesn't drink.
Yeah, man. Yeah. She used to go hard. She used to go hard. And so we're at this bar, and everybody's pounding except for me. I'm just like, these people are like shots, right? Like I've never been a shots guy. I was like, these people are putting down like shot after shot after blue shots, green shots, red
Ooh,
shots.
Oh, that's the worst when you're doing colored shots. That's
colored shots.
bad.
And so one of the cousins says, we all booked rooms at a hotel tonight. It's the, I'm just going to make this up. It's the Ramada of Newport Beach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I don't know what the fuck happens. Everybody just leaves. And it's me and Jenny. And she is shit-faced. She is fucked up, right? And so I'm like, all right, I guess I got to go find this Ramada of Newport Beach. I'm calling these cousins, right? Because she's got their numbers. She's literally just like, laying on the bench, the seat, the booth of this bar. They're not picking up their phones.
Oh no!
I'm like, all right. So I scoop her up, and it's late as fuck now. Scoop her up, and I go to the first hotel. They're like, we don't have anybody under this name, right? Because there's a couple of these hotels, or it's like Howard Johnson's, I don't know, Best Western, some shit, right? Fuck. All right. So I'm driving to the next hotel, and she starts like in my car. I'm pulling over all the time and just hanging her out the door so she can barf in the street. Go to the next hotel. No, we don't have a name here. Okay, cool. Finally get to this one hotel. We go inside and he goes, oh yes, we have her name here. And I was like, oh God. He goes, yeah, but it's way after check-in, so we gave the room away. What? And she's in the lobby, out, 100% out on the couch. And I'm like, bro, I need a room right now. I need this room. And he goes, oh, we gave it away. He's like, we're totally booked. I'm like, look at that. Look at that. No, I need this fucking room. Look. And he goes, yeah, I know. I can't help you. I was like, son of a bitch. Right. And it was Memorial weekend. It was some holiday weekend. Oh. So I start calling around. Right. Like, and I had a flip phone. This is OG. Like there was no smartphones. Right. And so I think he let me use the phone book or something. So I finally found a hotel and they're like, yeah, we have one room left. And it's like $300. And this was a lot of money back then. Right? It's still a lot of money now, but
back then that was a lot.
It was a chunk. I was like, all right, homie, let's go. So I scoop her up, take her to this other hotel. I have to stop multiple times. And when like you're just totally wasted and you don't have anything in your system except for alcohol and you just dry heaving. She's just dry heaving, right? Totally just a mess of a situation. And I'm upset at these cousins for abandoning this person and their family, but I didn't know that they weren't a family before tonight. You know what I mean? So like they didn't know her. They didn't know me, It took me a long, long time to be okay with her one female cousin that left her with me. Cause I was like, she did not know who I was. She just left her wasted with a stranger. And I was really upset with this cousin for a long, now we're cool, but it took me like years to figure out and to understand that she was a good person. And that she just probably made she made an unknowingly bad decision that night. Anyways, we get to the hotel, take her inside. She's covered in barf. I strip her down. I fucking give her a shower. I put her in the bed.
Wait a minute. Where does she barf? I've been listening to this story. At what point does she barf? Oh,
she barfed in between like the first couple of hotels. Oh, just on her, and it was just smell. It was just bad. So we get to the hotel. I strip her down. I shower her. I put her in bed, and I go, okay, I can't. Like my name's on the hotel room. She's totally wasted. I'm going to be here until she wakes up. So I slept in the fucking chair. I woke up with bus neck, right? Woke up. She wakes up and the first thing she says is, oh my God, what did we do last night? And I was like, I'll tell you what we did last night. We looked for a fucking hotel room. I showered you up and you passed out and snored a bunch, right? And she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, I will totally pay you back. And I was like, it's $300. Yes, you will. She goes, okay. I left. I was one of the cousins came to pick her up because I was like, I don't know where she lives. I finally got a hold of a cousin in the morning. I was like, I don't know where she lives. you need to come and get her. And he's like, all right, cool. I remember he pulled up and he gets out. He's like, hey guys. And I was like, she's right here. She's yours now. Goodbye.
Oh, it wasn't even, dude, no kind of no breakfast.
Nothing.
No, what a great night. Like,
I was out. No,
oh,
I was like, I got to go. Right. And so I was pissed.
Oh.
So for the next couple of weeks, I'm calling her for my money. That's all I wanted. I was like, where's my money? Where's my money? And finally she goes, yeah, she goes, every dime I'm making, because we were both in radio. I was at K-Rock and she was at Star. She goes, every dime I'm making is to pay off my student loans. And I was like, well, I guess you better borrow the money then. And she goes, okay. She's like, yeah, I think I'll talk to my mom. And I was like, all right. Over the course of talking to her over these couple of weeks, I was like, oh, she's cool, So when we finally met up, she's like, oh, here's the money. I was like, awesome. I'd love to spend this on you on a date. Like, let's go out.
What
again.
the hell, Jimmy James? You just changed the whole story around. Oh, you did.
And so, yeah, so that was how we met, man. But like,
I'd love to spend this money on you on a date. Have you guys ever heard anything so romantic? Talk about, where's my money? Where's my money? You better pay me my money. Pay me my money. And then you take her out again. Oh, and she must have been just mortified for those few weeks, She had her eye on you.
Like I said, there's two versions of this story. This one is my version. This is how I remember, when I die and the movie plays back and I get to see everything. That's what I'm going to see.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Blind date. Yeah.
So that's what I got to look forward to, huh?
I guess. Yeah. Well, you're not getting wasted.
Yeah.
Right now,
well, the other person has to be sober,
Yeah.
Like it's totally a requirement, not going to deal with no weed smokers or, anything like that. I'm cool on that. But that's, wow. And then, so after what happened, what did you do with the $300? Where'd you take her?
I think we got pizza. She was house. Yeah. She was
motherfucker.
Well, so this is what I would do. Right. Like, I got really good at making adios motherfuckers.
Okay.
And so I had this cardboard box that I would carry around because I was in a band and we used to like play a lot of backyard parties. And I'd always be the guy that was like, oh, I always had alcohol. Right. And so I had this cardboard box and I had all the different bottles to make adios motherfuckers in this box.
In a cardboard box, dude. That had to have been a really heavy duty cardboard box because
it was
5 bottles of liquor. And when I said this motherfucker, I meant that in the kindest way.
Oh yeah.
But you said I make the best adios motherfuckers. You just took that a whole nother level. Who knows how to make adios motherfuckers?
Yeah,
dude, that's crazy.
There's I mean, look, like you know how to make drinks.
Oh, I know how to make adios motherfucker.
There's a certain, you do have to like figure out your ratios and you have to use the right alcohols to make it like drinkable. You throw in like that pop-off fucking vodka and like Jose Cuervo, you're in trouble.
God. Yeah,
right?
You are. And a lot of people don't know that. Let's let the audience know. For you people out there that love to drink rock gut nasty ass alcohol, okay? or the ones that get super excited when they have open bar. Man, that right there is problem number 1. A lot of people don't know that alcohol is distilled in a very different way. And the way that is how cheap the alcohol is and how premium or higher priced the alcohol is. And when you're drinking Popov and Jose Cuervo, dude, just those two alone, and that's not even half the ingredients in Adios motherfucker.
No.
Okay, go on, Jimmy James.
Right, and then you decide, I'm gonna put a little Bacardi in here. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I would always have like the nice bottles, right? Like a Grey Goose and like a Don Julio.
Mira.
Yeah. All the night, like I forget the rum, but it was like a small batch rum. And so I used to take this, it was a heavy duty cardboard box, because I remember I I had bought a car battery, and it came in this cardboard box, which is kind of weird. Like, you never get a car battery in a box, right? But this was a box that a car battery came in. So it was super heavy cardboard. And so
Did you also have gin?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right, all
yeah.
right,
I
all
had
right.
gin, and then a nice blue carousel.
Oh,
Yeah. I know, that's the one that's like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah, that's
And
it.
and so I think the next date she was house sitting somewhere out in North Hollywood, and I brought over the box of booze. I used to take this fucking thing everywhere. And I think I got pizzas, and I think it was
Fuck
like,
you and your fucking pizza.
yeah,
I say that in the most loving, kind way,
yeah,
but that's so funny. Your pizza is the carry through, but go on.
yeah. And so we ended up hanging out that night. We drank a little bit, but what really kind of set things off is, like, we were in at the beginning of a really fun, good time party relationship.
Mhm.
And then she got a job out in San Antonio, being a marketing director for a radio station. So she picked up and left. And so
What?
we tried to do the long distance thing, right? And it didn't work. Like, neither one of us were wired for long distance. So it was always like that relationship that, like, never got a chance. And
Oh,
so she was out there for 9 months and was like, oh, I miss my family, the job, like the office setting, and the people some of them were good, some of them weren't. She made some really good friends out there. But she called me up one day. She's like, yep, I'm moving back. And was like, oh, we get to try this again. And so that was it.
how much later after that that she moved, did she move back?
9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
And then when she came back, what were you doing with yourself? Like, how long did you guys date until she left?
6 months.
Oh,
Maybe.
so you were deep in it. You were 6 months is a good time to be like, I like this chick.
6 months is enough time to, like, get into it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. And it's and getting like torn apart like that.
Yeah.
Just made us want to, like, get back together as soon as she got out here. So she did. And then she was like, hey, you got to move out of your mom's house. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm moving in with you.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That 6 to 8
So,
months is really that, I can be with this person or I can't be with this person.
yeah.
And so when she was gone, what did you do with yourself? Did you miss her? Like, were you like thinking about, like, did you date other chicks? Did you try, like, they weren't as fun? Or
I did. The one thing I remember is that my band got a gig at South by Southwest that year.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So we went out and we played it was the Yahoo stage, like the drink. I guess
Uh-huh.
fucking Yahoo was sponsoring. So we went out and played the Yahoo stage. And then we got a gig in San Antonio. And our manager was, so friends with her. And so he was like, hey, so Jenny says we can crash at her place. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, man. Like, I don't know if things are going to be cool. And so things weren't cool.
Why not?
Because things weren't working out long distance.
Oh.
That's why I don't think people are wired for long distance relationships like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know that I'm not, and she knows that she's not. And so there was the beginnings of like okay, this isn't going to work. Like, we're trying really hard, but it's not working sort of vibe. So I don't even remember if we like spent the night that night there or if we left, but.
Did you get to see her while you were out there or no?
Yes.
You did get to see her.
Yes.
And did it turn into a fight?
I don't remember it being enjoyable.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember there being a fight, but I don't remember it being pleasant.
Oh,
I think it
that's
was,
hard.
yeah, I think it was probably very passive aggressive.
Oh, that sucks. And especially, I think when you're young too, when you're young, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in a relationship. You know what I mean? You sure don't.
It's hard enough navigating just shit in general, but yeah. Anyways, that's the 20 minutes later. That's
I love this story. This was great. I really loved it. This is like interviewing Jimmy James. How did you? This is really cool.
I'm a big fan of blind dates, especially when somebody cares enough to try to match you up with somebody that they think you will have a good time with. There's something about that just feels like, old school's not the right word, but it's I think being on the receiving end of a blind date like that, I know going into it, I was much more confident than had I been just going to meet somebody that like I had met on an app where I didn't know if their photo was who they are, or if, reading into their bio, I'm assuming reading into their bio and going like, oh, I'm going to read into this, I'm going to dissect that, yada, yada. There's something about like just the blind confidence, I think that sets it up to be a good time.
So she knew who you were, but you didn't know who she was.
So on her version of the story, we had met before, but like I said, I was swimming. So
you were swimming.
I was swimming.
Swimming.
I was swimming into women, but
swimming in women.
Yeah, she says that we met before. I don't remember.
So with this, so whoever it is that you want to set me up with, do they know who I am, or they would know who I
am? I think it'd be more fun if they didn't know who you were.
I think it would too.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if they didn't, because there's always that, I have found in trying to date before that it never works out for me if they know who I am, because they have all this that they see, or all this that they think that I am. Yeah. And they'll never want to get to really know me as a person. Yeah. And I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. It's not a blind date then. That's not being blind.
No, not at all. They've had chance to Google me, look at all my social media, know everything about me, and be super excited. And going into it, like they'll never really get to know me. And I want someone that's gonna just know me, and fall in love with me for me, the person, not the stuff that I do. Yeah, I think that would be a lot better. So yeah, mum's the word.
And I think going to a comedy club on a first date is fucking awesome, because if that motherfucker doesn't laugh at the shit that you laugh at, you already know right away. Like, but if you guys like both laugh at the same jokes and you're looking at each other like, that one's good, right? And you're like, that one is good. All right, there's something there.
Or that, but what if he doesn't laugh at what I say? I'm really good at making people just laugh, just talking to them. And if they don't laugh at what, that's just like, oh, that's not going to work. That's going to be bad.
No, then he's dead. He's dead inside.
If he doesn't laugh at what I say, he's dead inside. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Is that the knock at the door?
Huh?
I heard a knock at the door.
No.
No. Okay, I wonder what that was. That was so weird. Well, I think I think we should wrap it up. I think that was good. Man. What a good way to end it.
Wow. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for letting me share. What?
Thank you. For that.
What do you got going on this week? Anything?
This week, I was going to go to Mexico to take Paula out. She's been quarantined and stuff, but I made a deal with her, and I promised her that instead of Mexico, if I can just take her to Escondido, to that nursery she wants to go to. and go get her some plants. She wants to get some plants for the bistro. So we're going to do that. That's pretty much the plan. Getting ready to do some more schoolwork with my class. Class is very intensive. For the people that don't know, I'm taking Media 20 at Santa Monica College. Jennifer Finch from L7 got me to join class with her. The class is pretty much a intro to production and how you produce a, public service announcement, TV show, commercials. So even though I've been doing production for years, hands-on, I've never known the actual textbook of what it all is. And it's cool because they give you codes, like college codes, so you get free stuff. So I'm going to be working on that. I just hired Jerry Garcia and Jesus Sepulveda to act in my public service announcement.
Nice. Awesome.
What the teacher doesn't know when I turned in my treatment is that one of them will be playing the female role.
Even better.
Because I couldn't do a public service announcement without making it funny. It just wouldn't be fun for me. So it's going to be funny. Other than that, we have some interesting guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have Danette Perota once she gets everything cleared through her legal. She is the CFO of some very luxury resorts that have just reopened for business. And we're sending over her the questions that she has to clear. So hopefully she'll be our guest next Monday. And we also have confirmation from UFC's very own Frank Trigg. Frank Trigg will be joining us for an interview. So I'm excited to do the pre-interview to figure out what questions we're going to be able to ask and talk about his life as a fighter, UFC, and now he is a UFC ref and also commentator for the UFC. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a ref now.
Awesome.
And he also does stunts. He's a stuntman. So through SAG, that's how I reconnected with him again. I've known Frank for over 20 years. My ex-boyfriend was one of the guys who was trying to get UFC sanctioned in California back in the day. His name was George Hamill. Rest in peace, Georgie Chinkies. So that's how I had first heard of Frank Trigg. So Frank Trigg and I reconnected on the set of Animal Kingdom. He was fighting in one of the scenes. Cool. So I was like, don't I know you? And then I was able to bring him on KLOS so he can do sports with Frasier. So nice. So that'll be nice. What do you got going on besides the barbecue for the 4th of July? Your house barbecue?
Laying low, man. Hamilton.
Laying low. Hamilton.
Yeah, waiting for Hamilton. I'm gonna send you the links for those for the couple of songs that I think are the good gateway
to
songs.
Get me ready for how. Okay, all right. Yeah. I might have to get Disney Plus then just for this week. Even though I'm like, no.
Just get the app. I'll shoot you the password.
Okay, I will talk
about it. I don't want the mouse.
Hello.
What?
Yeah.
Hello. No. What?
I also want to say, dude, my favorite TV show right now is What We Do in the Shadows. Have you had a chance to check that out?
Yeah. I've seen a couple episodes.
Do you find it funny?
It's funny. Yeah. It's real dry. It's real dry. I have to be in that mood.
Yeah, to sit down and watch. I replayed season 1 again this weekend because I wanted something in the background that made me laugh and to revisit those old moments. But after I was like halfway through season 1, I was like, I need to watch the movie again, the What We Do in the Shadows movie. Mm-hmm. Amazon Prime had it for rent or for buy. And I just said, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. And I bought it. And nice. I rewatched it again. And I did not know that the guy that plays Vlad is the guy from Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, yeah. That's how I got into the show because I love Flight of the Conchords.
Dude, two different people,
Yeah.
like from the glasses to the sexy vampire.
Yeah.
Just, oh, and I don't know if you saw that post I posted on my story of Taika Waititi.
Matiti,
Yeah, of him at the Oscars asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so good. He's just so damn funny. But I just had to give a shout out to What We Do in the Shadows. I just love that show.
It's a good show. You know what we started watching? Raimi, which is on Hulu.
With the Muslim show.
Yeah.
So
good.
That first date choked me. Like, what the
fuck? Good. That show the writing is so strong, man.
It is, and he wrote it himself.
Yeah.
He wrote that himself. They just had an insiders backstage access, like I think, or like an Instagram live where he like went on and talked about the show and his inspiration for doing it. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, I did start watching that show. It got pretty dark. Started getting pretty dark. The whole mode to it. So I'm halfway through the season. But yes, you're right. Very good show.
Somebody just told us that season 2 blows season 1 away.
Oh, there's a season 2 already?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right. All right. Well, we are nearing 10:40 and our bladders can't take it no more.
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Let's call it.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching Talking Crap with Tania Estrada and Jimmy James. I hope you enjoyed us talking crap, and we'll see you back here next Monday at 8 o'clock.